Field as the North Division All-Stars take on the South Division All-Stars as one of the oldest leagues in minor league baseball. The Texas League celebrates the mid-season classic right here at the halfway point of the 2006 season. We thank you for tuning in today. It's going to be an outstanding night of baseball at one of the oldest ballparks in the United States. Ray Winder Field opened its doors for the first time in 1932. This will be the 7th Texas League All-Star game that is hosted at Ray Winder Field. There have been numerous other All-Star games, folks. The Travelers joined the Texas League in 1966. Many other Southern Association All-Star games took place at this ballpark back when it was known as Travelers Field. We've already had the preliminaries of the Home Run Derby. We will have the finals of the Home Run Derby during the break between the third and the fourth innings. For those keeping score in the Home Run Derby, Joe Kashansky, who is the Texas League leader with 19 homers, hit 3 homers out of 10 swings. He represents the North. He'll be going up against San Antonio's Vladimir Valentin. Valentin, also a very good power hitter. He hit 2 home runs in 10 tries, and they will be seeing who's got the most power in the Texas League in between the third and the fourth innings. Right now, the fans are getting introduced to the players. They're lining up. The South Division All-Stars down the third base line, most of them Corpus Christi Hooks. The Hooks dominating the South Division squad with 9 players on today's South Division All-Star team. Meanwhile, the North is mostly made up of Tulsa Drillers, the first-half champion Tulsa Drillers, with 8 players in this game. And both teams that are the champions in the first half, Corpus Christi from the South and Tulsa from the North, support the starting pitchers in today's All-Star game, and that certainly is no coincidence. Both those teams have had outstanding starting pitching all year. Starting for the North, Ubaldo Jimenez, who leads all Texas League pitchers with 8 wins. He's got only 2 losses. The second lowest ERA in the league is .263. Strikeout king Juan Gutierrez, who has struck out 86 batters in 78 2/3 innings, toes the rubber for the South Division squad. The Corpus Christi right-hander with a 7-3 record and a 3.20 ERA. Well, as they announce the starting lineups to the fans here at Ray Winder Field, we will take a break. We'll come back and let you know who the starting 9 or the starting 10 count of the pitchers right after this. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game pregame show on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use directed.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. We are getting set for the Arkansas Travelers, for the North Division All-Stars and the South Division All-Stars here in the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game. Take a look at the starting lineup. We begin with the visiting squad, the North Division All-Stars. Their manager is Dave Clark of the South Division champion Corpus Christi Hooks. Hitting coach John Camargo and bullpen coach Danny Fothery. Pitching coach Joe Slusarski unable to make the trip. And the starting 9 are dominated by Corpus Christi Hooks. The first 4 batters in the South Division squad lineup are from Corpus Christi. That'll be Josh Anderson leading off in center field. Batting second is the Corpus Christi shortstop Ben Zobrist. Hitting third, right fielder Hunter Pence. Also off the Corpus Christi hook, batting cleanup is the first baseman J.R. House with the highest batting average in the Texas League, hitting .346. Batting fifth from the defending Texas League champion Midland Rockhounds, playing third base, Vasily Spanos. The catcher is the number 6 batter, also from Midland, Kurt Suzuki. Designated hitter batting seventh from the Corpus Christi Hooks, Josh Bonifay. Vladimir Valentin batting eighth, playing left field. He's an outfielder from the San Antonio Missions. And batting ninth, a defending Texas League champion from the Midland Rockhounds, second baseman Kevin Melillo. That's Anderson, Zobrist, Pence, House, Spanos, Suzuki, Bonifay, Valentin, and Melillo. The North Division squad is managed by Traveler skipper Tyrone Boykin, with first base coach, hitting coach Keith Johnson, pitching coach Ken Patterson, and trainer Aaron Wells unable to make the All-Star game today. Batting leadoff for the North Division squad, the shortstop from the Tulsa Drillers, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting second, the center fielder, also from the Tulsa Drillers, Jordan Zarnicki. Hitting third and playing third base from the Wichita Wranglers in his first professional season, Alex Gordon. Cleaning up in his left field, the youngest member of this All-Star game, left fielder from the Wichita Wranglers, only 20 years old, Billy Butler. Batting fifth and at first base, at the moment, the league leader in homers with 19, the first baseman for the Tulsa Drillers, Joe Kashansky. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, normally the shortstop for the Arkansas Travelers, having an outstanding season, Brandon Wood. The starting catcher for the North Division squad, batting seventh from the Wichita Wranglers, Matt Topman. Hitting eighth and in right field, all-around good player from the Wichita Wranglers, usually plays center field, but today he's in right, is Mitch Meyer from the Wichita Wranglers. And batting ninth, second baseman for the Arkansas Travelers in his first season with the Los Angeles Angels system, is Eric Rodland. Starting matchup on the mound, a closer look at our pitchers. And these guys are only scheduled to go about 2 innings apiece. Juan Gutierrez pitching for the Corpus Christi Hooks, a 6'3" right-hander from Puerto La Cruz, Venezuela. In his 6th professional season, he's having an outstanding year. He's a league leader with 86 strikeouts, just 28 walks over 78 2/3 innings. 7 wins, 3 losses, and a .320 ERA. Gutierrez has dominated recently, where in his last 8 outings, he is allowing a 1.23 ERA. That's only 6 runs in 43 2/3 innings. And over those starts, he's picked up 5 wins and only 1 loss. Juan Gutierrez on the mound today for the South Division All-Stars. Pitching on the mound for the North Division squad, probably would be the top pitcher in the league if you voted on it right now, Ubaldo Jimenez, a hard-throwing 6'2" native of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic, only 22 years old, and making his 13th start of the season. 8 wins for Jimenez, and he leads the league tied with Corpus Christi's Matt Albers with those 8 wins, a 2.63 ERA, ranking second only to Albers. He has struck out 76 batters, along with 37 walks in 68 1/3 innings, 48 base hits, and a batting average against him only .203. Ubaldo Jimenez has thrown the only 9-inning shutout in the Texas League this year, blanking Arkansas on 3 hits. 10 strikeouts back on June the 9th in a 5-0 shutout. Jimenez has won his last 6 decisions, and over his last 5 games, he's allowed just 3 runs in 32 innings for an ERA of 0.84. Not a good day to be a hitter, at least for the first couple of innings, with these hard-throwing right-handers taking aim at Texas League All-Stars. We've just had the All-Stars introduced. We're going to have the national anthem in a moment. We'll come back with a sit-down chat with the North Division All-Star manager, Tyrone Boykin, right after this. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game pregame show on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone.
The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
Think of us like a thinking person's voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXC, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show here on another special day at Ray Winder Field. Well, a little more special than most. Today, the Travelers hosting the Texas League All-Star Game, and we'll speak with not only the Travelers manager, but also the manager of the North Division All-Star squad, Tyrone Boykin. Ty, you and I talked about it earlier today. You look at your lineup and the lineup you put together. I thought, you've got Brandon Wood batting sixth, and I would imagine you'd never think that a lineup that you put together, you would have Brandon Wood batting in the sixth hole, but that does speak to the amount of talent that we have on the field today.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this lineup, you look at this team. I mean, there's some talent out there. And, I just did an interview before, and you talk about the league itself. I mean, I've always said that this league is a very competitive league. It's always challenging because there's a lot of good players in this league. No matter if they're 20 years old or 28 years old, guys in this league can play. You look at the lineup today with Brandon Wood hitting sixth. You got guys like Kashansky, Butler, Tulowitzki, those guys in front of him in the lineup. But, I mean, these guys can play. I mean, this whole lineup, I mean, you got to put some thought into making this lineup up. And when you got names like Tulowitzki and Gordon and Butler and Kashansky and, these kind of guys would, I mean, it's like, hey, it's a toss-up. You can put them anywhere.
How long did it take you to figure out what your lineup was going to be? I know you always usually work with Keith Johnson, your right-hand man and hitting coach when it comes to talking about the Travs lineup, but did you guys talk at all about the North Division lineup?
We did talk a little bit. I mean, actually, I've been thinking about it for, about a week now. How we're going to do it, what we're going to do, and KJ and I got together, and we're pretty much right on point with what I wanted to do. He was thinking along the same lines, and I came in this morning and just started writing names down. And I said, okay, we can put this guy here, this guy here, this guy there, and it worked out pretty well. I mean, you look at the lineup. I mean, even going over how we're going to do the pitching today, Patterson and I were on point with every guy from every inning. So that's a good sign. I mean, we were all together on it, so I mean, it's pretty good. But when you look at this occasion with an All-Star game, I mean, you got guys out there that that know what they're doing and can get the job done. And it's just a matter of getting people in the game and making sure everybody gets to play and doesn't get hurt.
Is that an important part to make sure that everybody that is available to play does get a chance to play, that they're not just sitting there on the bench?
Yeah, I mean, it's an all-star game. You want to see everybody get in there, whether it's one at-bat or a pitcher throw one inning or whatever the case is. I mean, they're here because they were selected by the rest of the managers in the league, and they were considered or are considered to be the best in the league. So you want to get them out there. People came to watch them play, so you want to make sure and, get them out there. I mean, it's kind of tough because, you only got like 3 extra guys. And you got some guys that, hey, if I don't have to get in, don't worry about getting me in. But, I'm going to try to I'm sure I'll get everybody in at some point, position player-wise. If we go in the extra innings, we could possibly see Miguel Gonzalez and or Jesse Smith. But, they're here just to make sure we have enough pitching for 10 innings. So, position player-wise, I'm sure I'll be able to get everybody in, at least get one at bat.
Let's talk about the starting pitching. The guys, Ubaldo Jimenez from the Tulsa Drillers starting for the North, Juan Gutierrez from the Corpus Christi Hooks pitching for the South. I guess the plan is to have each of them go 2 innings, and then you take it from there. But you know Jimenez pretty well. He has made 3 outstanding starts against the Arkansas Travelers, including one of the only, I think it's the only complete game shutout in the Texas League this year, a 3-hitter thrown just a couple of weeks ago. I guess, of course, it's nice to see him pitching for your team rather than against your team. But what makes Jimenez a special pitcher? Why did he have success against the Travs, and do you see him having the same success against the South?
Well, he's had success against the league. I mean, this guy knows how to pitch. He's got a good live arm, and he throws 3 pitches for strikes. I think the first time we saw him, his curveball wasn't there, so he relied a lot on his fastball and his changeup. We saw him in Tulsa where he had the complete game shutout, and he had everything absolutely working for him that day. And when you get guys like that on the mound, it's going to be hard to have a good day. I mean, those guys, they mix their pitches well. On top of throwing 97 miles per hour and a nasty curveball and a very good changeup, it's hard to beat guys like that at this level. I mean, like I said, he was on when we played him in Tulsa, and I think he got, 3 hits or something like that. And 2 of those hits came in late in the game, and he was still throwing 97. But, he's a special kid. I mean, he's a young man. I saw him a little bit last year in the Cal League, and he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's not one of those power guys that just rear back and throw it and hope to strike somebody out or hope to get it out. He's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. He mixes his pitches well, and he attacks hitters.
It's going to be tough to be a batter in an all-star game like this. I mean, even just a regular season game, you may be facing 3 or 4 different pitchers in one ball game that are decent pitchers to begin with. Now you're talking about all-stars at a AA league, which has a very high level of talent, and there's going to probably be using maybe 9 or 10 pitchers during the game. That's pretty tough to be a hitter facing this kind of talent and fresh arms coming out of the bullpen just about every inning.
Yeah, I mean, it's not one of those situations where you're going to see the same guy for 3, maybe 4 at-bats. You may see a different guy every at-bat today, depending on where you hit in the lineup. But, I mean, it's an all-star game, and, every hitter has seen every one of these pitchers at some point throughout the season. So, I mean, they have a pretty good idea of what they have and, how they like to pitch against them. And, it's just a matter of going up there and having a little bit of fun and, just taking everything out of the equation and just playing the game.
How do you manage an all-star game? I mean, as a Travs manager, you've always liked to be aggressive on the bases, and try to push the envelope offensively. But I guess in an all-star game, there's really not that much that you really need to do, is there?
You manage an all-star game by making our lineup and coaching third base. That's it.
Sounds like fun.
There's no signs. There's, none of this. Our philosophy from the Angel system doesn't come into play here. I mean, these guys, from all over the league, are coming out here to have fun and just play the game. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do as a manager, except make out a lineup and go in and coach third, direct traffic.
So the toughest part of your job has already been completed today?
Batting practice, yes.
Ty, last thing, I want to put you on the spot. We've already, by the time people have heard this, they'll know who will be in the Home Run Derby final. I want you to give me the 2 guys that you think will have hit the most home runs in the preliminary round, just based upon what you've seen in the Home Run Derby. Who do you think would be in the finals in between the 3rd and 4th innings today?
I have Pence and Koshansky.
I'm pretty much right there on there with you. Ty, thanks so much for your time. Looking forward to the second half as well. But first, this is going to be just a great night for baseball, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Phil.
We'll be right back after this with more on the ITT Tech pregame show on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000. You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
And back at Ray Winder Field, Phil Elson with you for your All-Star Texas League broadcast. It's the South Division made up of the Corpus Christi Hooks, the San Antonio Missions, the Frisco Rough Riders, and the Midland Rockhounds, the division champion out of the South in the first half. Corpus Christi Hooks, the AA affiliate of the Houston Astros. The North Division made up of the Tulsa Drillers, the Springfield Cardinals, Wichita Wranglers, and Arkansas Travelers. First half champion Tulsa Drillers. It's the third straight year that the Drillers win the first half. And the Drillers send the starting pitcher for the North Division squad today, Ubaldo Jimenez, who in his second year in the league has dominated. Last year, Jimenez had gone 5-3 at Single A Modesto in the California League. before getting promoted to Tulsa for the second half of the season. Had a tough go in the Texas League, posting only 2 wins and 5 losses with the second highest ERA of his career at 5.43. But Jimenez this year has been a much different pitcher, adding a changeup to his repertoire. Reports have said that he had been tipping some pitches last season, no longer tipping pitches. And the numbers certainly say that. 8 wins, 2 losses, a 2.63 ERA, averaging over a strikeout per inning with 76 whiffs in 68 1/3 innings. Jimenez allowing only a 2.03 average. He's only given up 2 home runs. 6'2". Jimenez signed at 165 pounds, and he has put on some weight. He's a 200 pounds, 22 years old, from San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic with a fastball in the mid to high 90s. And he'll be throwing that fastball about 75% of the time. But remember, Jimenez will only be throwing about 2 innings today. And then the rest of the All-Star bullpen will take it over from there. Josh Anderson into the batter's box. We are set to go. And the first pitch of the All-Star games comes at 7:12, and it's fouled straight back into the screen. And we are underway at Ray Winder Field. It is a hot, steamy night, 91 degrees. Not much of a breeze at all, just a little bit of a soft wind coming over the right field corner. 0-1 to the left-hand batting Anderson, and Jimenez to the plate with a fastball inside. 1-1. Balls and strikes today called by the crew chief of this Texas League umpire crew, David Rackley, Tyler Funneman at third base, and Barry Larson calling the outs at first. Anderson hitting .308, and the 1-1 from Jimenez is a little squiver out towards the mound. Got past Jimenez's glove on a backhand attempt. Joe Gordon fields it from third base, but is unable to get the throw in time to first. In fact, he just held onto the ball, and an infield single by Josh Anderson to start the 2006 Texas League All-Star game. Did I call him Joe Gordon? Former second baseman from the Yankees. That's Alex Gordon at third base. Well, it's only his first professional season. Well, Jimenez had the only play on that ball. Tried to backhand it on the third base side of the pitching mound. And just got underneath the leather. And Anderson has quite a few infield hits this season. Gets another one to start the All-Star game. And his teammate Ben Zobrist up to the plate. Which hitting shortstop takes a pitch outside from Jimenez, and it's 1-0. Zobrist batting .324 in the season with 2 homers and 24 runs batted in. Anderson, a huge lead at first. Outstanding base stealer, 18 steals this year. The 1-0 pitch, a strike on the outside corner to Zobrist. And that'll bring it to 1 ball and 1 strike. Zobrist, standing 6'3", 200 pounds, a very rangy shortstop out of Eureka, Illinois. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. A throw over to first by Jimenez, and Anderson dives back in. Anderson, last year stole 50 bases, leading the Texas League in steals, and he's running on the pitch, which is fouled straight back by Zobrist. But after a fastball, the count goes to 1-2. Just underway in the 2006 Texas League All-Star game from Ray Winder Field, right smack dab in the middle of Little Rock, Arkansas. Just past the right field fence, Interstate 630. It is possible for balls to reach the interstate from the plate. We had a couple of freeway balls hit during the home run derby. Jimenez for a high set position delivers a fastball, and it's blown right by Zobrist. He swings and misses for the first strikeout and the first out of the All-Star game. Jimenez with 76 strikeouts this year and 68 in the third inning, and just blew a mid-90s heater by Zobrist, who doesn't strike out all that much. Here's Hunter Pence, big right-hand slugger from Corpus Christi. And he is a Texas boy from Arlington. Played his college ball at Texas Arlington. 23 years old. 6'4" with an open stance. Choking up by about an inch. Anderson running. And a broken bat flare sent down the right side. Foul as it lands next to the home bullpen occupied by the North Division relief pitchers. Well, actually right now just 2 of them sitting out there. Like Josh Newman and Manuel Corpus, both of the Tulsa Drillers. One thing that we'll notice getting on later in this ball game is that the pitching staff and the All-Star squads are constructed a little bit differently, where the North Division squad features 5 full-time relievers and the South Division only has 2 full-time relievers. Let's see if that has any bearing on the outcome of the game once we get into the mid to late innings. Pence comes up with a new bat, stands deep in the box, slight open stance with a sock pulled up to the knee in the Corpus Christi road uniform, sleeveless uniform. The 0-1 inside, buzzing Pence's elbow. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson has run with a couple of pitches, but it's been his teammates at the plate protecting him. The first 4 batters in the South Division lineup all coming from the South Division champ Corpus Christi Hooks. Another big lead by Anderson. There he goes. Got a good break, and Pence, huge swing and a foul back. And it's a 1-2 count on Pence. He's hitting .294. Was up amongst the league leaders in batting average for a while, but Pence is under 300. And it's been a rare time under 300 for Pence, but still 17 homers, second in the league. 53 runs batted in, is third in the league. A third-year player. And you can see Pence, a 5-tool prospect, getting even better than he is. Crouched over stance. Here's the 1-2. Broken bat, pop up, straight towards the pitcher's mound. Gloved by Jimenez, charging towards the first base line for the out. 2 gone. And Pence had not 1 but 2 bats broken in that at-bat by the strong right arm of Ubaldo Jimenez. Here's J.R. House standing into the batter's box. First year in the Houston Astros system. In fact, House took off last year, didn't play baseball. He didn't really take off. He was a backup quarterback at West Virginia University, part of the Sugar Bowl champion Mountaineers. Right-hand batter stepping in, leading the league at the moment with a .346 average. The pitch, he swings, misses, and the bat goes flying back into the net right in the backstop. It is a little wet here at Ray Winder Field today. It is steamy. It is sweaty. And perhaps House didn't get enough pine tar or motor stick on that black bat. He's wearing batting gloves. He's trying to rub that bat up again. On-deck batter Vasily Spanos, in fact, picks it up and hands it back to House. Anderson at first, 2 outs. The stretch in. Jimenez delivers, and House all over it. Drive down to the left field corner, hooking, and it is a foul ball that hits the warning track. It's going to have to be a poke to get out of Ray Winder Field today. The ball just is not carrying. And really, you can never quite put your finger on why the ball carries or doesn't carry at Ray Winder Field. It's just the ghost of Ray Winder, who's popped his head into the ballpark many, many times over the last few years. And it seems Ray Winder is blowing the balls further back a little bit. 330 down the left field line. 390 just to the left of center. 345 to the right field corner. Shortest part of the park, 330 down the left field line. But it's only 333 feet to dead right field. 22-foot fence all the way around. 0-2 to House. Jams him. Fouled back into the chicken wire fence that protects the press box and the sections right behind the plate. The dugouts here at Ray Winder Field are unprotected. In fact, they don't even have much of a roof. Remember, folks, this is an old ballpark, 74 years old. Back then when they said dugouts, they really meant dug out and unprotected. In fact, the first 4 to 5 rows of the stands get right up against the dugout, and fans in the first 4 rows can look right into the dugout as if they were part of the team. Anderson runs a pitch outside, throw to second by Tupman, is not in time, and Anderson doesn't even slide into second base. He more or less fell into the tag of the second baseman Eric Rodlin. Anderson giving credit for a steal, although Rodlin did question the call of the third base umpire Tyler Funneman. Also looked like he got a little ribbing from the shortstop Troy Tulowitzki. 1-2 count on House. House, a former top prospect from the Pittsburgh Pirates, trying to find his way back to the Major League. He's had 10 Major League at-bats over 6 games and is 2 for 10 in the majors. A 1-2 from Jimenez, fouled back again by House. Professional hitter. House, a career minor league average is .304, and he does have some all-star experience in the Texas League, although it was as a member of the Pirates organization playing in the 2001 AA All-Star game at Round Rock's Dell Diamond. 1-2 pitch into the dirt, blocked by Tupman, but it rolls along to the left, and over to third goes Anderson as Tupman almost threw the ball away after recovering it outside the batter's circle. So Anderson has made it to third base without even a single ball getting hit out of the infield here in the first inning. An infield hit. Anderson then watched Zobrist get struck out and Pence pop out to the pitcher, and then Anderson steals second and goes to third on a wild pitch. So it's a 2-2 count on House. On deck, Vasily Spanos. House, the 23 homers in one season back in the year 2000, is at 8 this year, driven in 47. The 2-2 foul ball again, jammed him. Jimenez coming on the fifth with the fastball. Hasn't thrown anything but fastballs except for one pitch. and that one pitch was the wild pitch, the slider that he skipped up to the plate about a foot in front. Still 2-2 on House. 5'10" right-hander from Ormond Beach, Florida. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 3. The first inning comes to a close as Ubaldo Jimenez strikes out 2 batters and strands Josh Anderson at third base. So we'll take it to the bottom of the first inning, and the South Division squad sending Juan Gutierrez to the hill against Troy Tulowitzki, Jordan Zarnicki, and Alex Gordon. We'll have that bottom of the first right after this short break. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Air America Little Rock 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time.
Moe's Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Back at the old yard in Little Rock, Arkansas. Phil Elson with you on your Texas League All-Star station, Air America Little Rock 1380 KBXE. We'd like to thank Brad Hicks back at the studios for getting this ball game on the air, and Arlen Horn, general manager of the station. Folks over at minorleaguebaseball.com, Kyle Casey for getting our broadcast on the internet as he has all season long. Before we go any further, we got to thank the folks who brought the food up to the press box. The freeloading media are very happy to thank Shorty Smalls, one of the top barbecue joints in Central Arkansas, located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Conway. And Drew Weber, thank you very much for the wonderful food you brought today. Troy Tulowitzki into the batter's box. Juan Gutierrez with a first pitch fastball off the plate outside. A 1-0 count on the all-star shortstop of the Tulsa Drillers. Troy Tulowitzki, a 6'3" right-handed slugger from Sunnyvale, California. A 1-0 fouled over the press box right behind the plate, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Those who've never been to Ravender Field, our perch is literally that, a perch, more of a catbird seat that Red Barber would be very comfortable in. We are up here in an open-air, non-air-conditioned press box right above the plate. It's the best view in the league. Here's the 1-1, and Tulowitzki backs away from a changeup and missed inside from Gutierrez, 2 balls and a strike. Tulowitzki hitting .274, 9 homers, 35 runs batted in. And in only his first full season after getting drafted 7th overall by the Rockies. Broken bat, ground ball up the middle, backhand by the second baseman Kevin Melillo, left to second base. And his throw to first will retire Tulowitzki. And we've already got a case today of the bat going further than the baseball. That's the 3rd broken bat we have seen today in just 5 hitters. Tulowitzki's bat snapped in half with the barrel traveling all the way down the third base line, dying right in front of Tyrone Boykin. And the ball was gloved by the second baseman Melillo right next to the base. We've got some shards of wood in the batter's box as Zarnicki stands in. First pitch is pulled foul on the ground outside third for a strike. Zarnicki, a second-year Texas leaguer, played 46 games at AA last year, hitting .255. This year batting .278. 8 home runs, 33 runs batted in for the first half champion Tulsa Drillers. Drillers get to wear their home uniforms at Ray Winder, shirtless, sleeveless shirts, pinstripes going all the way down, and a pitch from Gutierrez down and in, and a 1-1 count on Zarnicki with Alex Gordon on deck. Gutierrez standing 6'3", 200 pounds. He is big and meaty, and he throws hard. The 1-1 to Zarnicki. Swing a ground ball to third. Spanos there to pick it up cleanly. Clutches it twice, flips across to get the out, and there's two gone. Alex Gordon coming up next for the North Division squad. Gutierrez's numbers this year, outstanding. 7 wins, 3 losses, 320 earned run average. He struck out 86 batters, leading all Texas League pitchers in just 78 and 2/3 innings. 76 hits, 10 homers, and 28 walks. Here's a left-hand batting Gordon, a pitch. Fouled straight back on a sweet swing by last year's second overall pick out of the University of Nebraska, Alex Gordon, standing 6'1", right-hand thrower, left-hand batter out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Also the same hometown of all-star reliever Jesse Smith of the Arkansas Travelers. 2 outs, no one on. Gordon ready, and here's the 0-1. Swing and a tip, squeezed by Suzuki, the catcher, strike 2. Gordon batting .301 with 9 homers, 30 runs batted in. He's having one of these seasons that really makes you wonder how good he can be. He just signed in September, and this is really just his third month of ball. The 0-2 fouled straight back again, strike. Keeping the count 0-2 on Gordon. On deck is Gordon's teammate from Wichita, Billy Butler. There's 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the first, and 0-0 score in the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game. Lights have just been turned on. The sun comes from underneath the first base roof and over top of the first base roof. And here's Gutierrez's pitch. Soft breaking ball that didn't break at all. Ball 1. Right now, the shadows overtaking the infield, but a sliver of sun stretching from where the second baseman Molillo stands all the way through the pitcher's mound to the third base seat. Outfield all in the sun. 1-2. Gordon takes the breaking ball down and in at the shoes. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gutierrez will throw a fastball low to mid-90s. Big breaking pitch and a sharper slider. Comes with a changeup as well. Has a nose for the strikeout, as evidenced by over a strikeout per inning in his career. 2-2 pitch. Gordon swings and misses. That was a high changeup to strike him out. And a 1-2-3, bottom of the first inning, tossed by Corpus Christi's Juan Gutierrez. So, a 0-0 score as we take our All-Star game into the top of the second inning. This is the Texas League All-Star game in 2006 from Ray Winder Field in Little Rock on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with the latest selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
Back to Little Rock and the 2006 Texas League All-Star game, heading into the top of the second inning. At a 0-0 score. Only 1 base hit. It was Josh Anderson's infield hit to start the game. Ubaldo Jimenez stranded him at third base. Jimenez returns for his second and final inning of this All-Star start. And he'll be going up against the 5, 6, and 7 batters from the south. Vasily Spanos standing into the batter's box with the road blue jersey from the Midland Rockhounds. He wears his socks up to the knees. Sporting a red bat, holds it on his shoulder, and the first pitch is shot towards short. Moving to the hole, Tulowitzki gloves it, flips on the run, right on the money, and there's one away on the first pitch of the second inning to bring up Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki, one of the top defensive catchers in the league, who also may be the only catcher who has batted leadoff at any point this season. Suzuki has led off for the Rockhounds in 7 games, but his teammate Jed Morris, his backup catcher, has also batted leadoff on occasion, which will say a little bit of the versatility of the Rockhounds lineup. Suzuki stands in, native of Wailuku on the island of Maui in Hawaii. Jimenez into the windup. He kicks and delivers. And he put it right down the middle for a called strike. Suzuki is at .301 this year, 5 homers. He's driven in 33 runs. Wide open stance, feet close together. Goes after the 0-1, a slow breaking ball, and he's way off the pace. Strike 2. Well, that's the big difference between Jimenez last year and this year, the ability to change speeds and not tip his pitching. Because Suzuki didn't know what was coming. Here's the 0-2. Fastball a little under the knees, 1-2 to count. Josh Bonifay on deck. Suzuki in just his 3rd professional season at a Cal State Fullerton. Midland, an Oakland A's affiliate. A's drafted him in the 2nd round in 2004. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul straight back as Suzuki went after a slider. And just got a tip of the baseball. Suzuki not with the Rockhounds last year when Midland won their first outright Texas League championship. He was playing at Single A Stockton, batting .277. Here's a 1-2. Chop towards short again. Another play for Tulowitzki, but it's cut off by Gordon from third. His throw is in time. And there's 2 outs quickly here in the top of the 2nd to bring up Josh Bonifay. Gordon cutting right in front of Tulowitzki would have had a tougher play. But we've seen Troy Tulowitzki this season make plays moving to his left or his right, and has outstanding body control no matter which direction he's moving. 2 outs. Josh Bonifay standing in. Bonifay, a former minor league teammate of the cleanup batter for the South, J.R. House, both of them former prospects from the Pirates organization. Right-hand batter on the first pitch, a called strike from Jimenez. So in his first year in the Texas League and with the Astros, Bonifay batting .256 with 11 homers, 44 RBIs. Here's an 0-1, swing and a miss. Couldn't get up with a fastball there, and it's quickly 0-2. Bonifay is advanced for the Texas League, 27 years old. He's in his 4th year at AA, and has yet to play a game at AAA. Hopefully that'll come this year. Here's the 0-2, and he fouls it over the press box. The fastball heading for the outside corner. Bonifay, a career .287 hitter, and he's hit at least 10 home runs a season for each of the last 5 years. Actually, 6 years. Counting this season, he's done it 7 years in a row. The 0-2 popped up over to the first base side. That'll get out of play. Not too much foul territory at Ray-Winder Field. The seats that are in the first few rows are actually closer to home plate than the pitcher's rubber is. Nobody on, 2 outs for Bonifay in case he reaches. Vladimir Valentin waits on deck. Bonifay shortens up a little on the bat. Jimenez to the plate. Swing and a miss. That's his 3rd strikeout. Another on a fastball. And a 1-2-3 second inning as Jimenez motors right through the 5, 6, and 7 slots in the order. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. And the North Division squad will have Billy Butler, Joe Kashansky, and Brandon Wood batting after this. It's the Texas League All-Star Game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travis games all year thanks to Ruddy Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ruddy Ice presents Ruddy Ice Wednesdays at Ray-Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travis home game anywhere Ruddy Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travis box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ruddy Ice Wednesdays at Ray-Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ruddy Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Bottom of the second inning, and the middle three batters in the North Division All-Star roster, the North Division All-Star lineup. Billy Butler, followed by Joe Kashansky and Brandon Wood against Juan Gutierrez. We'll set down the top three batters in order, thrown just 14 pitches in the first inning. So here's Butler, the youngest All-Star this season, only 20 years old. And goodness, it is scary how good of a batter Billy Butler already is, and how good he's going to be. Third professional season, the 14th overall pick in the 04 draft from Jacksonville, Florida. Batting .319 with 10 homers. A pitch on the way from Gutierrez, and it's low and away. Try to slider. It's ball one. This is the perfect ballpark for Butler to hit after the All-Star game. He's at 5 homers at Ray Winder Field this year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Butler takes it low and outside. It's a 2-0 count. .319 average for Butler. The 10 homers, 48 runs batted in. Here's fourth in the league in runs batted in, 6th in batting average. A 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez had enough mustard on the fastball to get it by the big swing of Billy Butler. Butler, for being a power hitter, doesn't strike out all that much. Just 40 strikeouts in 70 games. And he's the only Texas League All-Star in the North Division squad not to miss a game this season. The 2-1 is nubbed foul at the plate. Little dribbler rolling slightly towards the third base stand. It dies before it gets to the warning track, lining the field. Action in both bullpens. Juan Murillo throwing in the North Division bullpen from the Tulsa Drillers. And we'll let you know who's in the South Division squad pen in just a moment. It's 2-2 to Butler. The windup by Gutierrez. The pitch, a fastball fouled straight back, still 2-2. In the South Division bullpen, right-hander Matt Albers from the Corpus Christi Hooks. It was tied Ubaldo Jimenez for the league lead in wins with 8. Still 2-2 on Butler. This is power versus power. All three batters scheduled to face Jimenez have all hit 10 homers or more. The pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. Butler, a career .352 hitter. And he's hitting, I mentioned he's hitting .319 this year. 6 points higher than he hit in the Texas League last season in 29 games at the age of 19. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Another strikeout. That's the second for Gutierrez. And overall, the 5th strikeout against the two hard-throwing young prospects that are the starting pitchers today. Jimenez with 3 strikeouts against 7 hitters. And Gutierrez has whipped 2 of 4. Here's Joe Kashansky, who will be taking part in the All-Star Home Run Derby Finals after the bottom of the third inning is complete. He's hit 19 homers this year, leading the league, second in the minors, and 57 runs batted in. Here's a pitch. Fouled straight back, a fastball, and he was a little bit late on it. Strike 1. Well, you've got the 5-hitter Kashansky, the 6-hitter Brandon Wood. They were 1 and 2 last year in the minors in home runs. Wood with 43 homers for Rancho Cucamonga, and Kashansky hit 36 with Asheville and tacked on 2 more with the Drillers, but a pop-up on the 0-1. Shallow left, the shortstop Zobrist underneath it, and he calls off his left fielder Ballantine to make the catch for the out. 2 gone. And here's Brandon Wood. Wood was a fan favorite here in Little Rock before he even put on the Arkansas Travelers uniform for the first practice this year back on April 4th. They've been hearing about Brandon Wood for the last 3 years, ever since he was drafted 23rd overall out of Horizon High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. First pitch to Wood, a slider missing high, ball 1. Wood has hit 15 homers this year in his first AA season, probably only AA season, hitting .289. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off the catcher for a strike, 1-1. Wood with 6 home runs during the month of June in just 17 games and batting .344 this month. So he's been right on the ball. Here's a 1-1 pitch and a high fastball missing, 2-1. Nobody on, 2 men out. Bottom of the second and a 0-0 score. It's the 7th Texas League All-Star game ever to be played at Ray Winder Field. We'll try to go outside on Wood. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Chase a high fastball, and it's 2-2. Chasing pitches out of the zone has been a problem for Brandon this year. He has struck out 90 times in 68 games. A lot of pitches out of the strike zone. He does chase and still has trouble with off-speed pitches time and again, but he's got all the tools. He's going to be a future All-Star in the majors. Here's the 2-2 from Gutierrez. Swing, a fly ball straight away center, hit pretty well. Anderson back at the warning track with room. He makes the catch. That's the hardest hit ball of the ball game, but Wood gets it to the warning track, and that is it. Juan Gutierrez faces 6 batters. He sets them all down. We'll take it into the top of the third, a 0-0 score. It's your Texas League All-Star game in 2006 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Back at the Texas League All-Star game where Reese's Really Nuts is presenting the Nuttiest Fan Contest. Fans have come in, and it's the winners from Jacksonville, Florida, from Knoxville, Tennessee, from Little Rock, Augusta, and Corpus Christi. And it looks like the guy from Knoxville, the Tennessee Smokies, won as he dove into home plate and erased basically the last few feet of the third base foul line up to the third base bag. And so, interesting setup there. Thanks to Reese's Really Nuts for coming out today and providing some samples for fans all season long. At the top of the third inning, a 0-0 score, and a new pitcher for the North Division All-Stars, Juan Murillo on the hill. Murillo from the Tulsa Drillers replaces his teammate Ubaldo Jimenez, who allowed the only base hit of the game so far, an infield single by Josh Anderson in the first inning. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3, and here's Murillo, another hard thrower. Touches 100 miles an hour every once in a while. Leading off in the third, Vladimir Valentin, and he'll foul the fastball straight back into the net, and it goes into the stands off the side of the chicken wire fence. And an 0-1 count on Valentin, hitting .245 with 12 homers and 39 runs batted in. Holds the bat above his head, pumping it back and forth. Murillo winds, and the 0-1, a fastball up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Juan Murillo stands 6'3", weighs 190 pounds. He's from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. The 1-1, a fastball backing Valentin away from the plate, 2-1. Murillo has made 14 starts this year. He's won 5, dropped 3 with a 3.31 ERA. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a tip held on by the catcher, Matt Topman, and it's 2-2. The visiting bullpen is busy. Matt Albers will be coming out for the bottom of the third for the South. Murillo trying to go through the 8, 9, and 1 hitters of the South. Here's the 2-2. Check swing and a fastball inside the appeal. He went around. First base umpire Barry Larson pumps the fist. And Valentin is the fourth strikeout victim on the South Division roster. And the catcher, Matt Tupman, tried to start the celebratory toss the ball around the infield, but third baseman Alex Gordon was standing right where the sun is coming underneath the roof and above the last row of seats. There's about 7 feet of clearance between the last row of seats and the roof. The very top row in the grandstand, and it's shining right into Gordon's face. He couldn't see that ball, and it went right through into left field. Here's Kevin Melillo, 9-batter from the Midland Rockhounds, a left-hander, and he'll take a first pitch strike from Murillo right down the middle. Melillo came through the Texas League last year and played a 5.5 season with the champion Rockhounds. 0-1 inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Melillo batting .272 this year, 4 homers, and 31 runs driven in. The 1-1 for Murillo is sent high towards left field. Billy Butler overruns it, turns around. It's over his head. Goes to the warning track. Butler fumbling with the ball a little bit. Picks it up at the track, and Melillo stops at second base with a stand-up double. Talked a lot about Butler's ability to hit. Fielding is not his forte. Has an outstanding and very accurate throwing arm, but has a little bit of trouble going back on balls. The Wichita Wranglers had just played the last 4 games of the first half here at Raywinder Field, and Butler had all kinds of trouble in right field. It's actually tougher to play left at Raywinder Field because it's deeper into the gap in left center. It's a longer throw. So the double by Melillo, he hit 14 doubles in the first half. And both base hits in the game belong to the South Division Stars. Top of the batting order, here's Josh Anderson, who had the first at an infield single. Left-hander, the first pitch got between Tupman's legs. It dribbles behind him, giving Melillo third base easily. It'll be a pass ball charged to Matt Tupman, a very rare occurrence. Remember that, you're working here with a pitcher from the Tulsa Drillers and a catcher from the Wichita Wranglers. Tupman has faced Murillo a few times this year, but he's never caught him before. And it's definitely a difference. Murillo from the stretch, infield plays back, and the 1-0 pitch is fouled at the plate by Anderson, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Other numbers on Murillo this year. He has struck out 64 batters in 70 2/3 innings, allowing 60 base hits, of which 7 have left the park. Walked only 33. Here's the 1-1. Anderson takes it on the outside corner. Strike 2. Just a ground ball will bring in the first run of this game. And Melillo runs well enough from third. But the 1-2 pitch is fouled back as Anderson climbed the ladder with a fastball. Anderson has driven in 28 runs this year. And he is a contact hitter with only 33 strikeouts on the season, but Murillo is strikeout artist. Open stance. Choking up, Anderson waits and grounds it past him out off of the pitcher's leg. Ricochets to first, where Kashansky just takes the ball and steps on the bag in the nick of time for the second out of the inning. That'll go 1-3. But Melillo scores on the play from third, and the South Division All-Stars grab the 1-0 lead with Anderson giving credit for the run batted in. Hard ground ball that hit Murillo's right ankle and ricocheted directly to his teammate Kashansky, who was only a foot away from first base. A rather easy play for Kashansky, although Murillo would beg to differ. 2 outs, and Ben Zobrist coming up. Zobrist struck out of the first against Ubaldo Jimenez. Still batting left-handed. Here's the windup. Murillo's pitch blown right by Zobrist. A fastball up high. Strike 1. Murillo just 22 years old. He's turning 23 November the 5th, and this is his 6th professional season. The 0-1 fouled away to left side. It hit the light pole and bounced into the second row next to the visiting dugout along the third base line. Got a good crowd on hand today, and you can always tell by the size of the crowd in the bleachers, they're about 4/5 full. Not quite the rowdiness that we're used to at Raywinder in the bleachers, but it's still a young night. The 0-2 is hit high in the air to right center, but shallow. Mitch Meyer into the gap. Gets underneath it. Zarnicki backs him up, but Meyer makes the catch. And that'll end the top of the third inning, but the South Division All-Stars grab the lead. Kevin Melillo a double, goes to third on a pass ball and scores on a ground out by Anderson. So 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. 1-0 the South Division going into the bottom of the third in the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's in North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clark Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2. We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
New pitcher on the mound for the South Division. Matt Albers takes over for the bottom of the third inning, and all pitching changes brought to you by the new AT&T provider of wireless internet access at Raymonder Field for the remainder of the 2006 season. Just bring your wireless laptop or wireless PDA to the ballpark. Go to the front office, ask for a free coupon. You can get free Wi-Fi access all season long. Compliments of the new AT&T, your world delivered. And it is Matt Albers to take over for his teammate Juan Gutierrez. It's the bottom of the third, 1-0 South. Matt Tupman leads off and takes the pitch outside from the all-star right-hander Albers, who has the lowest ERA in the Texas League at 2.08 with 8 victories and just 2 losses. A 1-0 to Tupman at the knees, a fastball, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tupman, the 7 batter, followed by Mitch Meyer and Eric Rodland. No North Division players have been on base yet. 6 up, 6 down. And the 1-1 slapped the other way, slicing away from Ballentine. That's over his head. He overran that one. Up against the fence it goes. It'll be a stand-up double for Tupman as Ballentine tosses to the shortstop, Zobrist. And Tupman's already standing at second base. Tupman, the best contact hitter in this ball game with he's only hit 6 doubles and 7 extra base hits on the year. And he cracks the first extra base hit for the North Division squad today. It looks like the left fielder is having some trouble in this ball game. Butler and Ballentine usually play right field, not left. And so they're used to chasing balls the other way. Mitch Meyer stands in. First pitch swinging, grounds it foul outside first. 0-1. Meyer, a left-hand batter, 292 batting average, 8 homers, 45 runs batted in. Stands 6'2" with a slight open stance, leans back. Albers delivers, and Meyer hits a high fly ball to deep right. Pence is back at the wall. He's got room. He makes the catch. And Tupman, halfway to third, retreats to second base on the first out of the inning. We almost saw a typical Raymonder Field home run that would just be caught before the warning track in most ballparks. But that was hit right to the WB's Exxon sign, which is about 340 feet away, maybe 338 feet away. 1 out. Pence had his back up against the wall. Here's Eric Rodland, first pitch swinging, lazy fly left center. Ballentine charges in, and he measured that one correctly and makes the catch. 2 quick outs after the double by Tupman. We go back to the top of the North Division lineup with Troy Tulowitzki. Matt Albers, 23rd round pick out of San Jacinto Junior College, and an alum of San Jacinto, pitched for Corpus Christi just a couple of Sundays ago. Roger Clemens. Albers was a draft and follow, signed the final day he could be signed in May 31st, 2002 by the Astros. Here's Troy Tulowitzki, takes a pitch into the dirt, but it's blocked by Suzuki and rolls in front of him. Tupman holds at second base. 1-0 our score. The South Division squad leading. We're in the bottom of the third. South Division scoring their run at the top of the third inning. A one-out double by Kevin Melillo. Went to third on a pass ball and scored on a ground out by Josh Anderson. Here's a 1-0. Tulowitzki takes it inside an off-speed pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Tulowitzki grounded out to second base to start the bottom of the first inning, breaking his bat in about 15 pieces. Catcher sets up on the inside corner. The pitch is swung on and missed. Big cut by Tulowitzki, strike one. I mentioned earlier Tulowitzki in only his first full season. Signed with the Rockies last year, June 17th, and played 22 games at Single-A Modesto before an injury sidelined him for the remainder of the year. The 2-1. Swinging a fly ball towards the gap in right center. Pence charges over. He gets there, reaches up, and grabs it. Inning over with Pence recording 2 of the outs. And the North Division squad goes without a run, leaving Tupman at second base. 1 base hit. That'll be the first 3 innings in the books going into the top of the fourth. But first we have the finals of the All-Star Home Run Derby. They will set up for the Home Run Derby. It'll be between Joe Kashansky and Vladimir Valentin. We'll bring that Home Run Derby in just a moment. First, a break on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride. AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Time for some big swings. We've got the finals of the Texas League Home Run Derby followed by the top of the fourth inning. It's 1-0, the South leading. Vladimir Valentin of the San Antonio Mission stepping into the plate, and they'll get 5 outs to hit as many home runs as possible. Valentin is 2 in the first round of the 10 swings. First pitch, he'll drive deep to left center, but that's 400 feet away to get out of here. But it's caught at the warning track by the Shagger. Next one to Valentin. He takes that one. Valentin is hit 2 homers in that home run derby in the first round, and on the season 12 home runs, placing him would be about 6th in the league. He's only taken 1 swing so far. He's looked at a few pitches. Danny Fothery, the bullpen coach of Corpus Christi, is the pitcher, and the next one popped out of play by Valentin. That's 2 outs. He'll get 5 outs for as many home runs as possible. Tough to hit a ball out of the park today. Just not carrying. Takes another one. It's 333 feet down the left field line. 345 to the right field corners. Another ball pulled on the ground by Valentin. That's 3 outs. 390 to straightaway center, and the famous green monster covering all of center to right field and just a little bit of left center, protecting the Wilbur Mills Freeway, otherwise known as I-630, which runs right through the middle of Little Rock from the east part of town, or from downtown to the western portion of town. There's another one on the ground by Valentin. Hasn't hit one yet. Joe Kashansky of the Tulsa Drillers will be next up and be the final hitter in the home run derby. Next one to Valentin. Doesn't want to swing at that one. A little inside. Kashansky had 3 home runs in the first round of the Derby. And there's another one pulled foul, but a deep one by Ballantine. He couldn't hit any home runs. That's too bad. Again, this is kind of a tough situation to be put in because a home run derby swing is different than a regular swing. You really muscle up on it, try to smack it out of the ballpark. A lot of times, good hitters know how to make the fastball from a pitcher supply some of the power to get the ball out of the park. And, I mean, there's some pressure put on them here. They got all these eyes watching them, expecting to see home runs. A little bit of a different pressure than in a baseball game, which I think guys are more used to. But Kashansky is a left-hand batter, is tailor-made for hitting at Ray Winder Field. If he hits just one, he's a home run champion. He already hit 2 over the screen monster, which stands 60 feet tall, 2 of them over the freeway during the first round. And I'm saying at least one of them is going over to a different zip code. 72205 is the zip code at Ray Winder Field. You get it over the freeway. That's the Fair Park neighborhood. That's 72204. Kashansky hasn't taken a swing out of 3 pitches. He's hit 19 home runs this year and has been on a big power tear recently. There's a pop-up. It'll stay on the infield. And 1 out. Kashansky had only 4 homers the first month, but in May and June, 15 home runs in 46 games. So he's been on a tear. And that includes 7 homers this month in June. He's batted .375. Kashansky probably would get the nod as the MVP halfway through the season. 38 home runs last year, 36 of them at hitter-friendly Asheville, but he's really showing that his numbers last year were not a product of the ballpark. He has only taken a swing at 1 pitch. Traveler hitting coach Keith Johnson is now throwing pitches to Kashansky's liking. And he takes another one. I think KJ is going to start to get heckled unless something gets over the middle of the plate. He takes another pitch that missed outside. Johnson's got a big smile on his face. Takes another one up high. KJ will get it down the middle sooner or later, and he takes another one. It looked like a slider he threw. There's a swing with a pop-up out of play. And 2 outs on Joe Kashansky. If he hits 1 home run, he's the home run champion. All the players in the dugouts have pushed up to the front of the dugout, many of them sitting on folding chairs outside the dugout on the warning track. There's a high fly ball to deep right, but that one is not going to get out. Hits the base of the warning track. And 3 swings by Kashansky, no home runs. Well, what do you do if no homers are hit in the final round? I guess you get him maybe at 5 more swings. Does have 2 more swings to get one out of the ballpark. And he still is not really liking the pitches that Chief Johnson's throwing up there. There's one fouled back this way, so we'll have only 1 more swing to get the ball out of here. And this might be the last swing coming up. He took that one right down the middle. Pretty good hittable pitch. Next one driven a line drive, but it'll fall on the grass. And they didn't hit any home runs. No homers, so the home run derby finishes in a tie. We're going to have a 3-out tiebreaker, apparently, with Ballantine and Kashansky getting at least 3 more swings. Now, remember, when they're trying to hit home runs, they're muscling up on these swings, and it can really tire you if you continue to swing hard time and time again. Kashansky may come up to the plate later on in the next half inning. And Ballantine, he just had his first at-bat, striking out in the 3rd. Kashansky will step in and get 3 more swings. Sunlight has started to fade off the top of Rick's Armory. Past the left field fence just next to the scoreboard. Lights are going to take full effect. A drive by Kashansky, but it's going to fall in front of the warning track in the right field line. There's still no home runs hit in the home run derby. They'll get one out of here sooner or later if we have to stick here all night. There's a high fly. I don't think that's going to get out. Hit it well. but not well enough. At the base of the WB's Exxon sign, about 330 feet away. Kashansky hit 3 homers in the first round out of 10 swings, which is a decent ratio for a derby. And now he's got one more swing left before Vladimir Valentin gets his chance. Last year, Andre Ethier won the home run derby of the Midland Rockhounds, and Kashansky sends a high fly straightaway center. It's not going to get out of the park. So unfortunately, Joe Kashansky unable to hit a ball out of the park out of 8 swings. Vladimir Valentin can win the home run derby with 1 home run. Right-hand slugger from the island nation of Curacao. He's asking for Johnson to throw it a little further inside. Johnson keeps throwing it away. Here's the next delivery. Now, that was right where he wanted it. He took it, and I think that's where Johnson will keep throwing. A little bit on the inside corner. There's a drive. Deep to left, falling, and it is gone. It just got over the wall. Vladimir Valentin is a home run derby champion in a sudden death, because that 1 home run, and then he started to walk out to Keith Johnson, shake his hand, and Kashansky and Valentin will shake hands after the home run derby has been completed. Vladimir Valentin of the San Antonio Missions, who hit 25 home runs in the California League last year and has hit 12 home runs in the Texas League this year. Vladimir Valentin is the All-Star Home Run Derby champion. Congratulations to the outfielder from the San Antonio Missions, Vladimir Valentin. So as they ready the field for the top of the 4th inning, we'll take one more break and return with the top of the 4th. The score 1-0. The South Division leading the North. This is the Texas League All-Star game from Ray Winder Field in Little Rock on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Here's the line to pitch on the way, and you can catch the Traz online at www.traz.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Traz game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Traz online at Traz.com. Purchase tickets, Traz souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.Traz.com.
Your pitcher. 3 innings in the books. Here are your totals for the moment. Starting with the visiting team, the South Division All-Stars. South Division, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, stranding 1 man. For the North, the home team, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We've got another pitching change here as Josh Newman has taken over the pitcher spot, replacing his own teammate Juan Murillo. In fact, the first 3 pitchers of today's game for the North, all coming from the Tulsa Drillers. Ubaldo Jimenez started, gave up no runs, 1 hit, striking out 3 in 2 innings. Juan Murillo goes the 3rd inning, allowing 1 run on 1 hit. It was an unearned run due to the pass ball charge to Matt Tupman. Walked nobody and struck out 1 batter. So Newman is possibly the top left-handed reliever in the league this year, coming in with a 4-1 record in 31 appearances with a tiny 1.52 ERA. He's only saved 1 game, but he's only had 1 chance. 41 in the 3rd innings, 21 hits allowed, 14 walks, and 45 strikeouts. is allowing under one base runner per inning. That's the lowest whip for any Texas League All-Star in this second to Manuel Corpus. Hunter Pence leads off the fourth for the South Division squad. Going up against Newman. Pence, J.R. House, and Vasily Spanos here in the fourth. Pence, big right-hand slugger, pops up to the pitcher in the first, breaking his bat twice in his at-bat. The first pitch is very high and away from Newman for a ball, 1-0. Josh Newman, standing 6'1", weighing 200, from Ohio State University. The 1-0 pitch to Pence is low, ball 2, 2-0. Pence, House, Spanos, and Suzuki, if anyone reaches. Pence, a .294 batting average. Wiggles around to the box with a big open stance. Newman's pitch inside, ball 3. Pence, when questioned about why he chokes up so much, he's not choking up as much as he had been. He said he modeled himself after Barry Bonds. 3-0 pitch, he swings, rolls it slowly to first base. Kashansky had some trouble fielding it cleanly, a little bobble, but he took it to first while he bobbled it. Caught it before he got to the base and won away, an unassisted put out on a 3-0 pitch that Pence went swinging at. And J.R. House now coming up to the batter's box. House got a chance to catch for Roger Clemens last Sunday at Whataburger Field when Clemens and the Corpus Christi Hooks took on the San Antonio Missions. And House gave Clemens number 22, which is House's uniform number. Pitch from Newman inside, ball 1. House struck out of the first, forcing Jimenez to the longest sequence in this game, an 8-pitch at bat. The 1-0 from Newman is fouled back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Remember hearing about House back in his days as a record-setting quarterback at Nitro High School in West Virginia. A true sports star at 2 different high schools. Pulls the ground ball foul outside third, and the count 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the fourth, the South 1, the North nothing. House also played high school baseball in northern Florida and played high school football in West Virginia. Kind of the best of both worlds. Close together stance, and here's the 1-2. Down and inside, a 2-2 count. There is action in the South Division bullpen. A left-hander getting ready, Jason McIntosh. 2-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup, and there's 2 outs quickly in the 4th inning. Newman has recorded 2 outs on only 7 pitches. Vasily Spanos now coming up. A product of Indiana University. Spanos, a hefty 225 pounds, barrel-chested slugger with a big, wild cut. He's got one of those swings that you see him swing, you know who it is. Pitch on the way, line, drive to left, base hit. Billy Butler cuts it off backhand, and Spanos holds it first after making the turn. Spanos has seen 2 pitches. He has swung at them both, rounding out of the second and getting a 2-out single off Josh Newman here in the 4th. Now Kurt Suzuki will stand in. With 2 outs, and the South leading 1-0. Suzuki bounced out of the second inning to third base, and is 0 for 1 in the All-Star game. Spanos doesn't run all that well, short lead. Newman, the left-hander, gets a good look at him. He'll kick and deliver to the plate, a fastball for strike 1. Newman working with Matt Tupman, backstop for the Wichita Wranglers. Backup catcher for the North Division squad is Tulsa's Chris Iannetta. We should see him at the middle innings. The 0-1 is a fastball on the low outside corner called strike 2. Newman, a 19th round pick out of Ohio State, 2004. Third professional season with a career ERA at 3.25, but this year it's about to 1.75 less 0-2 pitch, a little bit low and inside, ball one. Newman carving out a role not just as a left-handed specialist. He holds righties to 173 average. Lefties hit just 127 against him. Action in the North bullpen. Springfield's right-hander Stuart Pomeranz getting ready. Here's the 1-2 from Newman, and Suzuki fouls it back. Had a good swing at a pitch because it hits the chicken wire mesh net, falls off the net into the first base seat. 1-0, the South leading. Lights beginning to take effect. The sun continues to set past the first base seat, but we no longer have any glare off the fence or off Rick's Armory. Beautiful night for baseball here in the middle of Arkansas. Newman kicks, and the 1-2 pitch to Suzuki is rolled towards third. Gordon picks it up, goes a short way to second. Rodland there for the force out. 5-4 on the force out at second base. The fielder's choice ends the top of the fourth. Newman gives up no runs on one base hit. He strands a man. We'll take it to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the North trailing 1-0 against the South. You're listening to the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
If you haven't been able to quit smoking for yourself, think about the people around you. Every year, secondhand smoke kills more than 40,000 non-smokers and causes over 400,000 cases of severe asthma in children. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Now. Stamp out smoking. A Healthy Arkansas initiative from the Arkansas Department of Health and Human Services.
Back to the Texas League All-Star Game here at Raymond Field. Phil Elson with you. I'd like to thank our sponsors for the game today, Comcast Cablevision. Arkansas Federal Credit Union is the official sponsor as well as the Texas League All-Star Game. You can apply for their Visa Platinum Credit Card online at afcu.org or call 982-1000. Arkansas Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers and the largest credit union in the natural state. And I want to thank to our big fan, Rodney Shomar, and for sponsoring, for being a big sponsor and a great fan, as well as his wife, Shelley. They sit in the very first row, not just at the All-Star Game, but almost every single game this year and for the last two seasons. So nice to have you guys out here, and we thank you for your support. Also to Shorty Smalls and Drew Weber, who have brought us, and there's plenty of people up here not from the state of Arkansas who don't know what real barbecue tastes like. So we brought the folks from Shorty Smalls up here, and now the guys up here know what real barbecue tastes like. Shorty Smalls located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Conway. Our friend Drew Weber bringing the meat up to the ballpark today. Thank you very much, Drew, and the folks at Shorty Smalls. A 1-0 score, the South in front. New pitcher is Thomas Diamond, hard-throwing right-hander from the Frisco Rough Riders. Jordan Zarnicki leads off, right-hand batter from Tulsa, takes a strike on the low outside corner. Diamond can dial it up to 95, 96 on occasion. I don't even think he warmed up in the bullpen. Here's the 0-1. Very high, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's just going to come in here and air that baby out. 6'3" right-hander from Kenner, Louisiana. Played his college ball at the University of New Orleans. The 1-1. Zarnicki swings and misses at a fastball, strike 2. Zornicki 0 for 1. A ground out back in the first inning to third base. He's the 2-hitter, followed by Alex Gordon and Billy Butler. Diamond, a ton of strikeouts this year, 81 in just 66 and 2/3 innings. And here's the windup of the 1-2 to Zarnicki. Goodbye. Swing and a miss. Took something off the fastball and may have put some cut action on it. And South Division pitchers have struck out 3 batters in 3 1/3 innings. Matt Albers went a scoreless third, allowing just 1 hit. But he had to deal with the leadoff double by Matt Topman and then stranded him at second base with 3 flyouts. Diamond now will face Alex Gordon, who struck out swinging in the first against Gutierrez. First pitch to the left-hand batter is right down the pipe, strike 1. Diamond, a third-year pro, career record of 19 wins, just 9 losses. ERA at about 3.4. 0-1 pitch, change-up, swing and a miss. That's a very impressive pitch. Coming with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball and then a change-up that must have been in the low 80s. We don't have a radar gun reading here at Ray Winder Field, so we pretty much guess. The 0-2 to Gordon. Very high, ball 1. Diamond does get the hiccups with the walks on occasion. He's walked 45 and 66 and 2/3, but he makes it up. Only allowed a 214 batting average. And just over 1.4 base runners per inning. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Gordon strikes out for the second time as Diamond dialed up the heat for his second strikeout of the 4th inning. Now it's Billy Butler coming up to the plate, also a strikeout victim, coming in the 2nd inning. Leading off against Juan Gutierrez, now facing Diamond, who's thrown just 7 pitches, actually 8 pitches, to strike out 2 hitters. McIntosh getting ready in the South bullpen. And a pitch to Butler, inside 1-0. Sung Jun Song warming up for the Wichita Wranglers in the North Division pen. The windup, the 1-0 to Butler. A fastball taken at the letters for a called strike, 1-1. Butler, part of a very impressive roster that the Wichita Wranglers have been put together. Double-A affiliate of the Royals have had 7 first-round picks in their lineup at any one time. Here's a 1-1, fouled over the first base roof, strike 2. 2 pitchers that pitched just a couple of days ago on rehab, Zach Greinke and Mike McDougall, but also Butler is joined by Alex Gordon, Mitch Meyer, Chris Wodanski, and Dee Brown, as former Royals first-round picks in Wichita's roster. The 1-2 pitch, up high, 2-2. 2 outs, bases empty. In the bottom of the 4th, and the South leading 1-0 with an RBI ground out from Josh Anderson, the only run-scoring play. Butler back in there, straightaway stance, feet wide apart. And here's the 2-2. Slider missed high, ball 3. Well, we haven't had a walk in this game yet. If Butler reaches base, then Kashansky will bat against Thomas Diamond. Hand over the head windup and the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck out the side. Down goes the North, 1-2-3. And Thomas Diamond with an impressive 1-2-3 inning. That'll take us into the 5th. And the Texas League All-Star game is led by the South Division, 1-0. We'll go to the 5th inning after this. It's the Texas League All-Star game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is just trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use as directed.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
Back at Ray Winder Field, I'm Phil Elson, and thank you very much for tuning in to the Texas League All-Star Game, whether you're listening in on the Travelers flagship, Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE in Sherwood, or if you're listening in on minorleaguebaseball.com, the home of every Arkansas Traveler game this season on the web, and many other Texas League broadcasts can be heard. And while we wait for the Reese's Really Nuts to complete the peanut throwing contest, led at the moment by the Travelers peanut vendor Michael Cole, we'd like to welcome all of the executives who have come in from the Texas League, including Texas League President Tom Kaiser, who is standing over my right shoulder out of the blue. I guess that means Tom wants to come on the air. 3, 2, 1. So we'll give Tom a microphone and just click it in for just a moment here. Stu Pomerantz has taken over on the hill for the North Division squad. He takes over for Josh Newman, who pitched a scoreless 4th inning. Tom, can you hear me? Try it again? Let's try this one then. Yeah, this is the one. All right, that should be a little bit better. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
All right, that's the voice I was waiting to hear. Tom, it's nice to have you here at Ray Winder Field this season and at the All-Star Game. The ballpark looks beautiful. The behind the plate, we've got the logo of the All-Star Game. The fans in the stands. It's been a lot of fun. I guess you couldn't ask for much more. A beautiful night for baseball as well.
It sure is. It's, you always wonder about the weather going into the All-Star Game, because if we get rained out, we don't have a chance to play it again, and could have had a nicer day here in Little Rock.
Pomerantz delivers to Josh Bonifay, and it's high inside for a ball. Pomerantz 7 wins this year. His losses 2 of the 3.71 ERA out of Springfield, standing 6'7". Good fastball, good breaking stuff. A 1-0 to Bonifay, fouled at the plate for a strike, hit it off his foot. Hop around a little bit. Bonifay struck out in the 2nd and leads off the 5th. 1-0, the South Division leading the North. And Tom, we were a little bit nervous about the weather because on Saturday, the Travs got rained out against Wichita, forced to play a doubleheader Sunday. The weather reports at that point said, well, there may be rain all week. Yep. Thankfully, the baseball gods are shining on Little Rock today.
No, it couldn't have been nicer. We got in yesterday. It was a little humid, but it is Little Rock in the summertime. And today, not a cloud in the sky, and
1-1 to Bonifay, grounded up the middle. Tulowitzki gets there. Back at second base. His throw is in time for out number 1.
And, of course, we've got a wonderful crowd here. What an event. What an event.
And a lot of people, Tom, have asked about why does Ray Winder Field host the All-Star Game in its last season instead of maybe waiting a couple of years for Dickey Stevens Park. I think this is the perfect way to close out Ray Winder Field. A historic ballpark with a great event like this. It's a perfect showcase.
It's exactly right.
Vladimir Valentin, the batter, takes outside, ball 1.
There's probably a lot of people here tonight that said, you know what, if we're going to see one last game at Ray Winder Field, why don't we do it tonight? It'll be a great way to go out. We're seeing the best the Texas League has to offer. They couldn't see better players on the field than they will tonight all the rest of the year.
Valentin fouled one out of the plate, 1-1 count. Valentin struck out of the 3rd, and after the 3rd inning, he won the home run derby with a 1 homer. The 1-1 is under the knees, 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm glad you mentioned about the talent, Tom, because every minor league promoter, they promote minor league baseball as see the stars of tomorrow today. Pitch outside on the corner, 2-2 to Valentin. Well, there's really no other place could you see more future stars of tomorrow than right here, right now, at least as far as the Texas League is concerned.
Well, I would say that this may be
2-2 pull to 3rd, Gordon up with it, and he fires across, and there's 2 out.
We have more talent in the Texas League that scouts like as good major league players than I can remember in quite a long time, and particularly in the North Division.
A lot of people focus on the Tulsa Drillers who basically they don't have a hole in the lineup. Wichita Wranglers the same way. They've got a lot of prospects. There's outstanding talent on the Traveler roster.
Well, you look, and that's exactly right. All of the Springfield, you look at Pomerantz as a prime example.
Just threw a strike to Melillo over the outside corner. Here's the 0-1. And it's high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on, 1-0 South in the 5th.
You know, Reed Gorecki, who unfortunately hurt his foot and couldn't be here tonight. There's just all sorts of things in this division, but
1-1 from Pomerantz on the inside corner called strike 2.
Between Wichita and Tulsa, you've got a major league club. You could take all their good players, and you'd have a hell of a prospect-laden lineup.
1-2. Swinging a foul back. I'd say you look 2 years from now. There's going to be a lot of players from the Texas League this year that are playing every day in the major leagues. Someone had said to me this season they thought that the talent was down in the Texas League, and I thought he was nuts.
No,
I think it's up.
No, I don't think there's any question about it. When you can go into Tulsa and have one of their roving guys say that they think that they've got 17 players that they will like on that club to play in the big leagues, that's astounding.
17. Well, the 1-2 pitch to Melillo, he took at the knees for a called third strike, and Stuart Pomerantz with a perfect 5th inning will send us to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 1-0 the South over the North. We'll have Tom Kaiser join us for the bottom of the 5th inning when we return after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and resting services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride. AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Back at Ray Winder Field, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. A couple of changes for the South Division All-Stars. They put Nate Gold into play first base. There's also been a new left fielder inserted in. That will be Anthony Webster taking over for Vladimir Ballantyne, who has left the ball game. And the new pitcher on the hill is Jason McIntosh of the San Antonio Mission. So with Webster taking over for Ballantyne, Anthony Webster will bat in the number 8 spot in the batting order. Nate Gold takes over for Kurt Suzuki's spot of the order. J.R. House switches to catcher. He's been playing first base for the first 4.5 innings of the game. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Joe Kashansky leads off. It's 1-0 South Division leading. Kashansky will be facing the left-handed pitcher Jason McIntosh from the San Antonio Mission. Got a new second baseman put in as well. I'll let you know who that is in just a moment. Kashansky takes a first pitch strike over the outside corner. A slider from McIntosh, who has appeared in 15 games, 9 as a starter, 6 out of the pen, a 3-1 record, and a 3.79 ERA. 0-1 to Kashansky is a fastball missing high and outside, 1-1. Kashansky popped up in the second inning and is 0 for 1. That's Travis Blackley, not McIntosh. And the next pitch swung on and missed by Kashansky, strike 2. Well, it is a San Antonio Mission and a former Texas League Pitcher of the Year on the hill. And Travis Blackley trying to rebound from elbow surgery. The 1-2 to Kashansky, slider swing and a miss, and he struck him out. The second baseman for the South Division All-Stars, Adam Morrissey, taking over for Kevin Melillo. And Morrissey batting in the number 9 spot in the batting order. So again, it is Blackley on the mound, not McIntosh. Blackley with a record of 5-5 in 14 starts with a 4.56 ERA. Had a huge season just a couple of years ago. Here's Brandon Wood, the Traveler designated hitter, and he'll swing and tip a pitch which is squeezed by the catcher, J.R. House. And the count 0-1. Tom Kaiser still joining us on the broadcast. Tom, 3 years ago, Blackley, 17 wins and just 3 losses. And 0-1 to Wood. And that bounces away in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And as we were talking about, 2 years from now, a lot of guys from this game will be in the big leagues. 2 years after that, Blackley was in the big league.
He was. He went 1-3 with Seattle in 2004 in 6 starts, but not pitched last year, suffering an elbow injury, causing him to miss the whole season. The 1-1 to Wood, and it's low and inside a breaking ball. You can remember from Blackley, it's not that he's a hard thrower, it's his virtual command of everything he throws and command of the entire strike zone. The guy really knows how to pitch. Out of Kellyanham, Victoria, Australia. 2-1 is low. 3-1 the count to Wood. 1-0, the South leading in the bottom of the 5th. Wood flied out to the track in center in the 2nd. And he's 0 for 1. He'll be followed by Matt Tupman. Blackley is 23 years old. And the left-hander winds, delivers 3-1, and Wood lines it over third and foul by a few feet. And he'll roll to the corner where Anthony Webster will pick it up.
Isn't that an amazing thing? Here's a kid that was 17-3 3 years ago. And he's still just 23.
He won 17 games in the Texas League at the age of 20.
Yeah.
You remember that he was signed at the age of 17 years old. And still has time to get a little bit better. 3-2 pitch to Wood. It is strike 3 on the outside corner. Backdoor slider. The back door is open. The last 5 North Division batters have all struck out. Thomas Diamond, all 3 batters swinging in the 4th inning. Kashansky and Wood striking out to start the 5th. Tupman standing in. Tom, we remember last year, really there wasn't that much offense in the All-Star game. And I asked Ty Boykin about it. It's tough to be a batter on a day like this where you're facing really outstanding pitching every inning, fresh arms.
You know, at least in a normal game, you figure once around the lineup and everybody gets a look at the guy, and the second time you've got a little better chance of knowing what he's throwing. Here, every time you come in, you're facing a guy throwing 90, one of the accomplished pitchers on another team. You've got almost no chance.
There's a 1-0 pitch to the lefty, Tupman. And it's under the knees. It's a 2-0 count. Tupman, the only base hit, the only base runner for the North Division squad, a double back in the 3rd inning, hitting over the left fielder's head. Tupman, a contact hitter, trying to break the string of 5 consecutive North strikeouts. The 2-0 from Blackley is in the dirt, ball 3.
This guy's made quite a lot of strides from last year. Been up among the league leaders in hitting. Last year, after he struggled a little bit at the plate.
One thing that's sure about Tupman, great contact hitter and able to guide the ball. He's the guy you'd want at the plate if you got to make contact with a man at 3rd in less than 2 outs. 3-0 pitch, he takes it for a strike. Tupman's also turned into an outstanding defensive catcher. He's thrown out over 50% of the attempted base stealers, and he really is solid behind the dish. Blackley a deep breath, and he steps back, delivers the 3-1. Low and away. There's our first walk of the All-Star game with Tupman on base for the 2nd time. And we'll bring up Mitch Meyer. Ray Winder Field last hosted the All-Star game in 1998. I understand in that game, Tom, the hitters were somewhat of the stars. Ruben Mateo, maybe one of the longest home runs in league history.
Absolutely. I can still remember that. It landed way on the Armory roof.
Here's Meyer, left-hand batter, fly to the right field wall in the 3rd inning. It's on the way, and he fouls it into the bleachers at 3rd base for strike 1. And if you're going to hit it onto that Armory, for folks who are listening on the internet, the scoreboard stands about, I'd say, 65 feet above the ground over the left field wall. If you're going to hit it to the armory, you're going to hit it at least 375 feet. If you get it over that scoreboard and onto the armory, it's easy, 420, 430.
Well, he crushed it. It went between the foul pole and the scoreboard.
0-1 to Meyer, popped up. Gold in foul territory at first base, right next to the coach's box. And he makes the catch, and the side retired in the 5th inning. So not much doing for the North. They've only had one hit through 5 innings. It's Strandman here in the 5th. And after 5 innings in the All-Star game, it's 1-0, the South over the North. Tom, you stick around for another half inning? Sure. Why not? We'll go to the 6th inning next. It's the Texas League All-Star game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've had a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3. We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fee. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000. You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
5 innings in the books here at Ray Winder Field. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and it's 1-0, the South leading the North. Pitching change and a catching change for the North Division. Sung Song takes over on the mound from the Wichita Wranglers, a native of Tucson, South Korea, now living in Stanley, North Carolina. Sung Song has made 14 starts with a 4-7 record, 4.40 ERA. Behind the dish now is Chris Iannetta, and so Matt Topman will get the rest of the night off after catching the first 5 innings. I'm Phil Elson, broadcaster for the Travelers, joined by the league president Tom Kaiser, who gets the 6th with Josh Anderson leading off. And Song's first pitch, a little looper right to shortstop, and Troy Tulowitzki there for the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 6th. Anderson does have the only RBI of the game. A ground out in the 3rd inning knocked in Kevin Melillo. Now Ben Zobrist stands in. Tom, in between the break there, you had mentioned to me this is the 70th All-Star game in Texas League history. But there have been many different formats for the All-Star game. It's not always been division versus division. There's been some other interesting formats, even involving major league teams.
Absolutely. Well, there was a number of years where we played, the Houston Colt 45/Astros, the San Diego Padres, the Texas Rangers.
Song pitch to Zobrist, a strike on the outside corner. He's 0 for 2. Tom, I want to ask about, and I was reading a recap of the 1974 All-Star game in Shreveport. 0-1 to Zobrist, swing and a miss on a sinker, strike 2. That was a game where the Texas Rangers, they used every single player, including the coaches, and Billy Martin, who managed that team. He inserted himself at second base and made 2 errors.
Yeah, we had Ken Silvestri played in that game. You're absolutely right.
Inside to Zobrist, ball 1.
Everybody, all their coaching did play. There have been some wild games in this league.
I mean, I think the Texas League is well known for wild games, high scores. 1-2 to Zobrist, swing and a miss, strike 3. But as we've said already in this game, the pitching is dominating.
Well, the other thing about this game is it's supposed to be fun. And I think those were some of the kind of things that used to happen in All-Star games. We've lost a little bit of. I mean, it's too serious now to put coaches in. We'd get our national attention wouldn't be all that positive.
Hunter Pence stands in. He's 0 for 2. Pitch on the way, right down the middle for a strike. Speaking of All-Star games, Tom, I read today where it has been agreed upon that the Major League All-Star game will again decide which league hosts it gets 4 games in the World Series compared to 3 for the other league, as Pence drives one of the into left center, a line drive base hit, but a nice cutoff job by Zarnicki into the gap, keeping Pence to a 2-out single. That is the 4th hit for the South and the 5th hit in this game, with the North selecting only one safety.
You know, I thought that was a good idea at one time, and I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure. You don't have you keep having the rotations. You know, they wanted to have people have the All-Star game be serious, but it's, I think in a certain respect it's a fans game. And, is there any bragging rights like there used to be when, if you were an American leaguer, you didn't speak to a National leaguer?
House has struck out in both at-bats. Song delivers from the stretch, and it's slide the other way foul over the visiting bullpen, where right-hander Ryan Braun of the Wichita Wranglers is warming up. Tom, just a few years ago, the Texas League and the Mexican League used to engage in an annual All-Star game. There was a series played in the Texas League and in the Mexican League, but it was halted. I believe the Mexican League pulled out in 2001. Have there ever been any talks of trying to get the Tex-Mex game going again?
No, there haven't, and now that we're limited to one All-Star game a year.
Runner going, pitch low, throw to second is in time. Pence thrown out by Chris Iannetta for the final out of the 6th inning. Tom, finish your thought, and then we can take our break.
So we're not going to sacrifice our All-Star game to play the Mexicans, if we had to go there and not have one here, and they're not going to do it either. So
fair enough. Well, you got a Texas League All-Star game, and that's good enough.
Exactly right.
And this one's a good one. It's 1-0. South leading the North going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Be right back after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KPXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field at the Texas League All-Star game, moving into the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0. The South leading the North. And we still have Travis Blackley on the hill for the South Division. Brad Ziegler has begun to warm up in the bullpen. We have motored through the first 5.5 innings in almost an hour and a half. It speaks to the domination of the pitchers. And now that I've said that, this game is going to take 3.5 hours, which is just fine. And I think the people would like to see more runs. 1-0 to South, and they've dominated the North with only 2 base runners. Eric Rodlin of the Travelers leads off the 6th against Blackley, and the first pitch high and tight, a fastball, ball 1. I'm Phil Elson, Texas League President Tom Kaiser joining us for the last couple of innings. And we haven't really had much time to talk about much, Tom. This has just been breezing right through. And wait for a couple of the ladies from the local radio station to make their way off the field, and Rodlin steps back in. He'd slide out of the 3rd inning to left field. Blackley with a 1-0 pitch, and there's a slider on the outside corner, a strike, 1-1. Tom, the Texas League is an outstanding circuit, and we noticed this year really a lot of folks coming in from other countries that are stars in the league. A 1-1 to Rodlin, up high, ball 2. That includes Travis Blackley from Australia, along with Sung Song from Korea, who just finished the top of the 6th inning for the North Division squad. Deep breath by Blackley. And the 2-1 pitch swung on by Rodlin. High fly, deep right. Pence back of the wall. He goes under the fence and makes the catch. That's the second time Pence has had his back to the right field wall to bring one in. And then there's one away.
We've got Morrissey from Australia. We've got Valentin, who is from Curacao. Ubaldo Jimenez, a Venezuelan. It's an amazing game today. I mean, who ever heard of a ball player from Curacao?
Well, I can remember from the first Traveler team, the Angels joined the affiliation. There was a left-handed reliever from Curacao, I believe. No, he was from Aruba. Different guy.
There you go.
Okay, it was not from Curacao. So you're right. The only guy that we really know of Curacao is Andrew Jones.
Okay.
And there's the wind-up by Blackley. Delivers to Tulowitzki. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Tulowitzki 0 for 2. Tom, there's something else I want to talk about. I guess it's a touchy subject somewhat, but there's been a lot of stories in the media these days about a lack of participation in baseball from the African-American community, not just in the stands, but on the field. A 1-1 to Tulowitzki, pulled on the ground through the left side of the infield, right into the hole of shortstop, and Tulowitzki with the second base hit of the game for the North, and that'll bring up Jordan Zarnicki. Well, I want to talk about participation. Both managers in this game, Dave Clark from Corpus Christi, Tyrone Boykin for the Travelers, both African-Americans who've had long playing careers. Dave Clark in the major leagues, and Ty has been coaching and playing and managing in the minors since 1991. Half of the 8 managers in the league are African-American, and so I guess we could say that, I mean, at least in the Texas League, I think the participation from African-Americans is pretty high.
It really is. It's a remarkable thing.
Takeoff throw by Blackley was wild. Got past the first baseman. Tulowitzki's going to try to go first to third. He'll get there. Gold goes over to the tarp, picks the ball up, and throws home. A 2-base throwing error by Travis Blackley has opened up the door for the North here in the 6th inning.
You know, it really is. It's remarkable in one aspect is that we do, you know, the development of minorities in management positions has come a long way so far that it is unremarkable. That, you know, it's like nobody thought of the fact that, you know, we've got, half of the positions are African American. Or for the first time in the history of the Texas League All-Star Game, both managers are African American. So it isn't a subject of conversation because it's commonplace now where, you know, before Frank Robinson, which isn't that long ago.
It's to Zarnicki in the dirt, ball 1, the infield playing in for the out at home.
You know, it was record-setting.
Now, hopefully, we just mention it as commonplace.
Yep.
But I thought it was worth mentioning because I just thought that there's been so much talk about a lack of participation from the African American community that it is worth saying, hey, there's plenty of guys that are African Americans that not just play but manage in this league and do a very good job, and being all-star certainly shows that.
And I think that baseball underserved the constituency for a long time in terms of just expecting them to be fans and players.
1-1 to Zarnicki. Little topper toward third. Charging from third, Tulowitzki. Spanos throws home. The slide, the tag, he's out. Tag applied by J.R. House. As Tulowitzki is thrown out by the third baseman, Vasily Spanos, and a little chopper to third base. That'll go 5-2 at the plate. And Tulowitzki running on contact. Close play, but House took that throw and put that tag down and got out of the way.
But in the last few years, baseball's been developing an RBI program, and they've just opened an academy in Compton, California, to help try and develop more minority players, and it's a recognition that we want to get them back into the game.
Here's Alex Gordon. Blackley throws to first base, and Zarnicki back in. So the North Division here in the 6th inning had the door open, but Zarnicki unable to bring in his teammate Tulowitzki. And it's still 1-0 the South here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Braun working in the North Division bullpen. Blackley from the stretch in his 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch to Gordon. Up high, ball 1. We're going to talk about some of the level of talent in the league, Tom. We've got a lot of players in a guy like Tulowitzki and a guy like Alex Gordon who really in their first full professional season they were having outstanding years and certainly future stars. Lefty versus lefty. Blackley set. Kicks, throws to first base. And diving back is Zarnicki. And Gordon has struck out in both of his at-bats, but this is a guy who seems to be much more He plays older than he really is. Very steady third baseman, very good batsman, outstanding speed, knows how to steal a base.
You know, there was another very good
1-0 pitch. Half swing, fly ball down the left field line, long run for Webster, but that slice is foul and hits the warning track. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gordon.
Another very good player that had virtually no professional experience coming into the season. Clement, the catcher for San Antonio, who had both, I think, shoulder and elbow arthroscopic surgery on the same day, but is expected back in the second half, and he was playing very, very well. And you can remember years when, gee, we don't have a catcher in the league that's worth much, and this year it seems like everybody's got a good catcher.
Yeah, no, every single team in this league has a strong catcher, there's no doubt. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gordon, 2 outs. Zarnicki, he can fly from first. The pitch, and it's a slider on the outside corner, called strike 2 on Gordon. Blackley came on in the 5th inning. Struck out a couple of batters, walked 1, but stranded him. Here in the 6th inning, allowed a 1-out single and a bad pickoff throw moved Tulowitzki to third. There's a pitch skip to the plate, but a nice block by House as it rolls back in front of him. A guy like Jeff Clement, or Matt Clement, that's Jeff Clement. He hadn't played any before really this year. Then a guy like Dare House was a top prospect in a separate organization, the Pirates. And after falling off the radar with various injuries, abdominal strains, elbow injuries, and playing football last year, he's back on the radar big time.
He's a good young man, and he's got a load of talent.
2-2 pitches high to Gordon, a full count. Butler on deck.
He's the kind of guy they could keep in Corpus Christi all year and call him up to Houston in September, and there wouldn't be a blink of an eye. Nobody would think anything about it.
A full count on Gordon. Zarnicki will get a head start at first, though Gold continues to hold him. Blackley kicks the pitch, swinging a foul back. Gordon got a nice cut. Gordon trying to make contact for the first time today. He struck out in both at-bats. There have been 7 strikeouts from North Division batters, only 2 base hits. Gold now playing behind Zarnicki at first, letting him take an extra step. And here's the 3-2. It is fouled on the ground to the railing at first base, and still a full count. Well, this is a suspenseful moment here. We haven't had too many suspenseful moments. The pitching has just been too dominating to really get many chances to score. But here in the 6th inning, the North had their chance. Tulowitzki at third base and 1 out, but thrown out trying to score in a fielder's choice at third base. Another deep breath by the left-hander. Blackley's payoff. Gordon takes. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Took something off that pitch, and Gordon has struck out in all 3 at-bats. North in the 6th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. Tom, thank you very much for your time. This has been a lot of fun having you here, and I hope to have you on the broadcast again in the second half. It's been too long.
Yeah, you betcha. And we'll be starting to travel, and look forward to seeing you somewhere. And certainly we'll be back here for the wind-up of Ray Winder Field in September.
Thanks again, Tom. It's 1-0, the South going into the 7th inning here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KBXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, 2nd class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck
and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Bush isn't the disease. Bush is a symptom.
Welcome to the cure.
Air America Little Rock. 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
We move to the top of the 6th inning here at Ray Winder Field. The Texas League All-Star Game brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union, Comcast, and Shorty Smalls. 6th inning to the books here. Your totals will start with the South Division squad, the leaders. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. The South have stranded 2. And for the homestanding North, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Ryan Braun comes on to pitch. He is the 6th North Division pitcher, placing his Wichita teammate Sung Song, pitched a scoreless 6th inning, giving up 1 hit. J.R. House leads off the 7th against the hard-throwing righty Braun, who works from the stretch at all times. House has struck out twice, and the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Nightfall has settled in Central Arkansas. It is just a beautiful night. When this game started 91 degrees, we're down to 86 soft breeze, 6 miles an hour from the south-southwest. Count is 0-1. Braun throws 95 and a tight slider. This is a fastball fouled away by J.R. House, and it's 0-2. The only run of the game coming in the 3rd inning, scored off of Tulsa's Juan Murillo. 1-out double by Kevin Melillo. Went to 3rd on a pass ball charged to Matt Topman, and Josh Anderson ground out, which hit the pitcher Murillo's ankle. Knocked in Melillo. And that is it. Here's the stretch, and Braun ready. The 0-2 to House. Swinging a tip, squeezed by Chris Iannetta. Strike 3. We've also had another change in the outfield for the North. Mitch Meyer has switched from right to center field, opening up the door for Traveler favorite Jason Esposito, taking over in right. Esposito will be batting in the 2-hole in place of Jordan Zarnicki. Here's Vasily Spanos. Here are Braun's numbers: 1 win, 5 losses, but a 1.93 ERA. He struck out 53 hitters with just 16 walks and 37 in the 3rd inning. Spanos has singled and grounded a short, 1 for 2. He's only seen 2 pitches, swinging at both. First pitch swinging again. He pops it out of play on the right side, way out of play. Strike 1. Ryan Braun has been the closer for the Wranglers all season, a 6th-round pick out of UNLV in the 2003 draft. Played 26 games coming into this year. The 0-1 slider right down the pipe, and Spanos frozen. Strike 2. Spanos followed by Nate Gold, who will get his first at-bat in place of Kurt Suzuki, who finished the game 0 for 2. Braun with the hands together. Spanos rests the bat on his right shoulder. The pitch. Swing a chopper to 3rd. It goes foul. Backhanded by Alex Gordon in foul ground. He'll flip it into the crowd. Well, there's only 6 base hits in this ball game. Much different from the All-Star game in 1978 played here at Ray Winder Field, where the All-Stars then were playing the league champions. The Texas League All-Stars beat the Travelers in 1978 7-6. The 0-2, very high, backing Spanos off the plate. He dives in when he takes a cut, and that was just up above his head from Braun. That 78 All-Star game featured 21 base hits, 6 for extras. Well, in this game we have 6 hits overall, 2 for extra. 1-2 to Spanos. And he taps it foul, dribbling away from the catcher towards the first base railing. Almost forgot I get this thing taken out to the ball game to the fans here, following the top of the 7th. Just handed the microphone. 1 out, no one on for Spanos. Braun and Spanos in a battle. Here it is. Fouled back again. Still 1-2. Mentioned some of the different formats that the All-Star Game has been played under since the Texas League All-Star Game was first played back in 1936. There's a 1-2. Fouled straight back again. Spanos getting some good swing, but unable to put it into play. That was the 7th pitch. He fouled off 5 of them. Used to be the North versus the South. And then for a couple of years, the Texas League All-Stars played at that moment the first-place team in the Texas League. The 1-2 again. Strike 3 called on a slider that bent Spanos back. He's trying to get out of the way, and the pitch just zipped over his knees. 2 strikeouts for Braun against 2 batters. The first time that the Texas League and the Mexican League battled was 1959. They played a couple of All-Star games over the next 3 years, with the Mexican League winning 3 of 4. And then it was back to playing the North and the South before the Texas League All-Stars played the Houston Major League entry, whether it was the Colt 45s or the Astros, from 63 to 68. Here's Suzuki, a swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 1. So Suzuki up to the plate, and it appears that Suzuki has been changed into the designated hitter, and Nate Gold changing into the number 7 batter. If you take the DH out, you got to have the pitcher bat, but I guess we're playing under different rules for the All-Star game. A slider to Suzuki misses low, and that's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, Suzuki 0 for 2. Gold on deck, so Bonifay is out of the game. A little confusion up here in the press box as to how Suzuki is batting, even though he was removed from the game. The 1-1 from Braun, that tight slider hits the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-2. Scoring an All-Star game is not an exact science. And here at Ray Winder, where it's tough to communicate with the umpires, and there have been a couple of mistakes up here. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ryan Braun strikes out the side of the 7th inning. And it looked easy with the exception of Vasily Spanos forcing him to throw 8 pitches. So we've got 6.5 in the books. It's time to stretch him at Ray Winder Field with the score. The South 1 and the North 0. This is the Texas League All-Star Game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the wind-up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Trans online at www.trans.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trans game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Trans online at trans.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.trans.com.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
And we're back at Ray Winder Field. Pardon me for a little bit of a pause there. Just finishing taking out to the ball game with the fine faithful that have come out to Ray Winder Field for the 2006 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game. 1-0, the South leading. Pitchers are dominating. And Brad Ziegler of the Midland Rockhounds has taken over from Travis Blackley. Blackley going 2 innings, giving up just 1 hit and 1 walk. Billy Butler leads off, takes low from Ziegler for a ball, 1-0. Ziegler throws from many different angles. Right-hander from Springfield Mo with a 1-0 pitch. It's hit deep to right by Billy Butler. Back, and it is off of the wall. Not a home run. Played by Pence. He'll throw to second base, keeping Butler at first with a single that hit the very top of the right field wall. Perfectly played by Hunter Pence, who is one of the top outfielders in the Texas League with 9 outfield assists. And Butler made the wide turn and held after driving a pitch off the right field fence. First time Butler has made contact today after striking out in his first 2 at-bats. And now it'll be Joe Kashansky coming up as the North will try to rally and at least tie the game here in the 7th, trailing 1-0. Numbers on Ziegler, 6 wins, 3 losses. His .306 earned run average is the 4th lowest in the league. Sinker-slider combination, good off-speed pitching. There's a fastball to Kashansky on the outside corner for a called strike. He's 0 for 2. Kashansky has popped up and struck out. He's got Butler at first, nobody out. Brandon Wood on deck. Ziegler with a stretch down the 1-0 to Kashansky is low and outside. And a 1-1 count. Infield a double play depth. They haven't had a twin-killing turn today. 1-1 change up. Kashansky swinging through it. Strike 2. Brad Ziegler, a 20th round pick out of Southwest Missouri State in 2003, pitches 3 games in the Phillies New York Penn League affiliate in 2003 before they released him after an injury. Ziegler has been very strong with the A's. Here's a 1-2 to Kashansky. Just off the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, as it has cooled off a little bit, as the sun has set, maybe the ball starts to carry a little bit more. The ball wasn't carrying an ounce during the home run derby in the first 5 innings. 2-2 to Kashansky. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. A chance for 2. Zobrist back at second, gloves it. Steps on second for the out. Flips to first. A double play. 6-3 on the first double play of the game, and now Brandon Wood comes up. Pence's perfect play off the drive from Butler off the right field fence helped set up that double play and helped keep the South in front 1-0. A pitch to Wood outside and got behind House, ball 1. Action in the North bullpen, which is actually south here at Raywinder Field. Mark Worrell of the Springfield Cardinals. 1-0 to Wood. Swing a line drive to center. Anderson coming in. He's there, and he's got it. So Wood has hit the ball hard twice, but is 0 for 3, flying out twice to Anderson in center field. The North started the 7th with a leadoff single by Butler, but a double play and a line out end the inning. And that'll send us into the top of the 8th. 1-0, the South in front of the North. This is the Texas League All-Star Game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas
Traveler.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org. You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field through 7 innings, 1-0 the South over the North. New pitcher for the North Division is right-hander Mark Worrell of the Springfield Cardinals, replacing Ryan Braun. Braun becoming the second pitcher in this game to strike out the side, along with Thomas Diamond of the Frisco Rough Riders. Braun went through the 7th inning, 1-2-3, striking out House, Spanos, and Kurt Suzuki. And then Thomas Diamond earlier in the 4th inning struck out the side as well. So Worrell, the 7th pitcher of the game for the North, will come on for the 8th inning. Here are the numbers on Worrell this year. 1-4 record, a .460 ERA in 30 games, saving 19 in 23 attempts. He's got a funky delivery, part sidearm, part underhand, and all very difficult to get a good look at. Not a hard thrower, but he'll throw a lot of sliders, off-speed pitches, and it's extremely difficult to see the ball before it comes out of his hands. Worrell facing Nate Gold to lead off the 8th. Pitch to the right-hander is chopped foul at the plate, strike 1. Gold replacing Josh Bonifay in the lineup. Bonifay was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Gold playing first base now. Gold hitting .293 with 10 homers this year and 38 runs batted in. The 0-1 is slapped the other way, foul, way out of play, strike 2. The only run of the game coming in the 3rd inning off of Juan Murillo. One out double by Kevin Melillo off Murillo. He would go to 3rd on a pass ball charge to Matt Tubman and score on an infield ground out by Josh Anderson. The 0-2, check swing and a big slider. They'll appeal. It didn't go, said Barry Larson at first. Got the attendance announced. And it is 4,088 at Ray Winder Field for the All-Star game. It's usually a paid attendance number, but everybody had to pay to get in today, and so that is actual attendance number. 4,088 for the All-Star game at Little Rock. Slider to Nate Gold outside, 2-2. On deck, Anthony Webster, followed by Adam Morrissey. That's 3 Rough Riders here in the 7, 8, and 9 spots. Worrell from the stretch. And he submarines it hit in the air, straightaway center, very high but not deep. Mitch Meyer, the new center fielder, underneath it. And he puts it away, and there's 1 out. North Division pitchers have set down all but 1 hitter since the start of the 5th inning. 10 men retired out of 11 men faced. But the South Division pitchers have only allowed 3 hits and no runs. Anthony Webster standing in. Webster is a switch hitter, batting left-handed, .310 average on the year. The pitch inside makes it a 1-0 count. Webster acquired by the Rangers in a trade with the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox got Carl Everett in that deal in 2003. The 1-0 is popped up on the left side of the infield. Gordon at third base with a cut of the grass, waits, takes a step to the foul line and makes the catch one-handed, 2 outs. Now Adam Morrissey coming up. Morrissey's in his 4th year in the Texas League, but his 1st year as an All-Star. He spent the previous 4 seasons in the Athletics organization before being picked up by the Rangers. Right-hand batter from Australia. Pitch on the way. Swing a ground ball right to the second baseman. Eric Rodlin is up with it and on to first. for a perfect eighth inning thrown by Mark Worrell. They go down 1-2-3, so we go to the bottom of the eighth. Still 1-0, the South Division leading on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try to light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Well, the North Division team has only 2 innings left to try to make up one run, a 1-0 score with the North Division leading the South Division. In the history of the Texas League All-Star Games, which date back to 1936, there has never been a final score of 1-0. There was a shutout last year, the West beating the East 5-0. The closest we've ever been to 1-0 was a 2-0 win for the South at Beaumont in 1941. The South beat the North at Oklahoma City 2-0 in 1938. But never in the previous 69 Texas League All-Star games has there ever been a 1-0 final score. We're an inning and a half away from that possibility. Chris Iannetta leading off the 8th inning against Paul Estrada, the setup man for Corpus Christi's Highland Peguero. Estrada with a 4-3 record, 2 saves, and a .328 earned run average. Chris Iannetta leads off the 8th. First pitch is chopped to the hole. It's short. Pass to diving third baseman Spanos. A first pitch single for Iannetta. And both of the catchers for the North today been on base each time they come to the plate. Tupman doubled and walked, and now Iannetta with a single. Well, Estrada had only allowed 35 hits and 49 in the 3rd inning, striking out 79 batters against only 19 walks. He is averaging over a strikeout and a half per inning. Here's Mitch Meyer. Estrada, big righty with a slider for strike 1. Meyer 0 for 2. He's flat out to the right field wall and popped up to first base. Estrada stands 6'1". He's listed at 6'1". Looks bigger. He's from Bolivar, Venezuela. The 0-1 is a slow chopper right side. Holding it first, Iannetta to let the second baseman Morrissey field it. His throw to second got him in time. The only out they'll get. It goes 4-6. Iannetta was trying to be sure that the ball didn't hit him while he was on his way to second base, but he slowed up, and that gave Morrissey a chance to get the lead runner at second instead of throwing out Meyer. So Meyer at first base on the fielder's choice, now 0 for 3. And here's Eric Rodman. Estrada, 6th professional season, actually 7th. His 5th in the state. Been mostly a reliever throughout his career. He's never had a chance to be a full-time closer. Good setup man, though. Meyer, good lead. Estrada feels that and throws over, and Meyer walks back in. Meyer has stolen 6 bases in 12 tries this season. He's running. Rodman a check swing, houses throw to second base, bounces up to the bag. Meyer steals second base. Rodman able to hold back on the check swing to a 1-0 count. Eric Rodman has driven in 25 runs this year. He's pretty good with runners in scoring position. Left-hand batter against the righty Estrada, who has given up just 20 runs in 49 innings this year. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It takes a slider low, ball 2. Rodman a slider left and to right field. There's a gap hitter. Solid line drive. Estrada ready. At the belt, he checks second base. The 2-0 pitch is bounced up the middle, but Zobrist is there to glove it and back a second. His throw will retire Rodman for out number 2. And Meyer advances to third on the ground out. And now Troy Tulowitzki will come up with a chance to tie this game. One run, 4 hits, 1 error for the South. The North totals no runs, 4 hits, no errors. Tulowitzki at the top of the North roster, 1 for 3, a single in the 6th inning. He's also grounded out and slide out. Infield plays deep, outfield straight away, and Estrada delivers. A slider for strike 1 on the inside corner. Highland Figueroa has climbed on top of the visiting bullpen mound, and he will start to warm up shortly. Tulowitzki, feet close together, a little bit open. Leaning back, bat held high. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside, 1-1. The North has only had 2 men in scoring position before this 8th inning. They left Iannetta, they left Tupman at second base in the 3rd, and Tulowitzki thrown out of the plate in the 6th. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. When after a pitch to the dirt, that tight Estrada slider is tough to lay off of. Strike 2. The stretch by Estrada. Pitch to Tulowitzki, right down the pipe, strike 3. A slider ends the 8th inning, and the North Division squad has been shut out through 8 frames. No runs, 1 hit, a man stranded at third. We'll go to the final inning of the All-Star Game, 1-0, the South over the North. It's the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Top of the 9th inning of the All-Star Game, 1-0. The South leading the North at Raywinder Field in Little Rock. 1 chance left for each team. Top of the order in the 9th. Josh Anderson, Ben Zobrist, and Hunter Pence. Manuel Corpus has come on, a closer for the Tulsa Drillers, pitching in the 9th inning. A native of Panama City, Panama. Hard-throwing righty. Delivers to Anderson, who shows bunt. Takes the pitch outside as a whistle blew. as that pitch came home. Anderson knocked in the only run of the game. With a ground out of the third inning. Reached in the first with an infield hit. 1-0, a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Corpus has dominated this season, saving 18 games in 21 tries, a 1.04 ERA. 1-0 pitch to Anderson. Swinging a chopper over the second base, and it's picked up by Rodlin to throw to first in time. 1 out, Anderson 1 for 4. Here comes Ben Zobrist. Highland Figueroa is warming up in the visiting bullpen. And those of us up in the press box are charged with the voting of the MVP for this ball game. It's going to be a tough choice if it finishes 1-0. You'd usually go with the pitcher, but nobody's thrown more than 2 innings today. Zobrist 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Corpus with a slider inside, ball 1. Corpus only 3 walks and 32 strikeouts on the season. Tight slider and a hard fastball. The 1-0 to Zobrist, and he breaks his bat. Ground ball to second. Rodlin there for the pick and the flip, and there's 2 outs. Once we get to the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Jason Espedo leading off, followed by Alex Gordon and Billy Butler. If this game goes into extra innings, we play no more than 10 innings. If it finishes in a tie after 10, you kiss your sister. In fact, we've had a tie game in 2 of the last 4 All-Star games. Hunter Pence stepping into the batter's box. He's 1 for 3. Big right-hander. Pitch a slider. It hits the inside corner, of called strike. Will the North Division squad be able to eke out a run? Trying to manufacture one, but Figueroa has an ERA under 1. The 0-1 pitch is dropped, and it was low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Figueroa's given up only 4 runs in 35 2/3 innings. So a run to the bottom of the 9th is a very tall order. 1-1 pitch from Corpus to Pence. Fastball inside. 2-1. If we've learned anything about this game, yes, the Texas League does have its share of very talented hitters and position players, but the pitchers have just dominated this one. Absolutely dominated. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Every single pitcher that's come into this game, with the exception of maybe 2, throw fastballs into the 90s. There have been a handful, including Corpus, that have thrown in the mid-90s and a couple into the upper 90s. And they're not getting tired. The only way really to hit pitchers that throw that hard is to hope that they throw one out of the strike zone and you walk, or that they start to tire and leave pitches right down the middle. But that doesn't happen much in an all-star game. 2-2 to Pence. Ground ball to second. Rodlin handles the third play of the inning and throws out Pence to finish the top of the 9th. So Rodlin handles all 3 outs of the 9th inning, sending us to the bottom half. Last chance for the North. They need 1 to tie, 2 to win. 1-0 the South. We'll be back to Ray Winder Field for the finale of the Texas League All-Star Game after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the natural state, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winder Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
We come back for the bottom of the ninth inning and the last chance for the North Division All-Star squad to at least force extra innings. One nothing. The South leading the North in the 70th edition of various forms of the Texas League All-Star Game. We are 3 outs away from the first ever 1-0 final score in this league's All-Star history. And Highland Peguero is just the guy to close it out. The closer for the Corpus Christi Hooks has saved 19 games. Saved 14 games and 14 tries. He has struck out 43 batters in 35 and 2/3 innings with 1 win, no losses. Hasn't blown a save all year. Peguero last year, a 2.94 ERA and part-time closer duty with Corpus Christi. Jason Espedo, the Arkansas Traveler outfielder, leads off, getting his first and possibly only at-bat of the game. A 266 hitter with 11 homers and 30 runs batted in. Espedo has hit 8 home runs at Ray Winder Field this year. Left-hander with an open stance. Peguero ready to go to work. Here's the pitch. And it is low, ball 1. Peguero with a low to mid-90s fastball, a slider. Everything's hard. Occasionally mixed in off speed. Jason McIntosh working in the visiting bullpen just in case. 1-0 pitch. Espedo takes inside. It's 2-0. Peguero has walked 15 in 35 and 2/3 innings. He's struck out 43 batters and only 17 hits. The league hits 147 against this native of Azua in the Dominican Republic. 2-0 pitch is high and outside, ball 3 to Espedo. Espedo from Itasca, Illinois, formerly of the White Sox, traded to the Angels 3 years ago, 3rd year with Arkansas, but his first full year playing healthy. Had leg problems the last 2 seasons. 3-0 count, and here it is. Inside, a 4-pitch walk. Leadoff man aboard. 1 run ties it, 2 runs wins it. Alex Gordon standing in. He's had 3 at-bats, striking out each time. Entered the game hitting .301 in the league, 9 homers, 30 runs batted in, left-hand hitter. Espedo, average speed, leading from first with Gold holding. Peguero checking on the base runner, delivers, and it's low. He's missed with 5 straight pitches. Corpus Christi clinched mid-last week, and so they didn't have any pressure on Peguero over the last few games. He should be fresh. It's been 2 games since he pitched. The 1-0, check swing, and he went through, going after a fastball that may have been low. Peguero last pitched on the 18th. Sunday afternoon, 1 scoreless inning, striking out the side at Frisco. 1-1 to Gordon. In the dirt, there goes Espedo for second. J.R. House throws to second right on time. Espedo is out. Espedo trying to advance on the pitch in the dirt. 2-6 on the out at second. And there's 1 out and a 2-1 count on Gordon. Represented the tying run and getting maybe a little bit over aggressive. 2 balls and a strike on Gordon. Butler on deck. Peguero delivers, and Gordon swings and misses. Strike 2. It would be a real shock to see a 1-0 final score in the Texas League of all places, and a hitter's park. 2-2 to Gordon. Swing and a miss. He strikes out for the 4th time. 2 outs in the 9th inning, and Billy Butler is the final hope to try to start a 9th inning rally. Butler came about that far away from a game-tying home run in the 7th inning, lining a fastball off the top of the right field fence, but was kept to a single thanks to the fine play of Hunter Pence. And then Butler was forced to second on the front end of a double play. So here we go, possibly the final at-bat of the game. Pitch on the way to Butler, way outside, ball one. Butler, the single and 2 strikeouts. Kashansky on deck. Figueroa into the stretch. Here's the 1-0. Butler takes a slider, and it's a called strike, 1-1. Gutierrez is the pitcher of record for the South. He'd get the win. Figueroa trying for a save. 1-1 to Butler. Low and outside, 2-1. The losing pitcher would be Juan Murillo. It would be the second straight year with a shutout. 2 balls and a strike on Butler, and the pitch. Low, ball 3, 3-1. You'd love to see Kashansky come up, the Texas League home run leader, with a chance to win it with a long ball. Figueroa hasn't given up a single home run this year. 3-1 the count. He's already walked 1. The pitch. Swing, a fly ball, foul, slicing away from the right fielder. Pence gives chase all the way to the bullpen, but it's over the bullpen and out of play. Strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Billy Butler. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. The South won. The North zip. And the payoff pitch to Butler. Swing a pop-up out of play. Stays alive. Figueroa toes the rubber. Butler, the 20-year-old batting prodigy from Jacksonville, Florida, stands in. Bent knee stance, hovering over the plate. 3-2 pitch. Swing, another pop-up out of play on the first base side. Gold watches that one sail into the groundskeeping area. And it's 3 straight fouls hit by Billy Butler. Espedo started the inning with a walk, but was thrown out trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt. Gordon then struck out for the 4th time. And it's still full to Billy Butler. Kashansky waiting for a chance on deck. A long look for Figueroa, the stretch, and another payoff. Foul ball back into the screen. $4,000 fans have stuck around for this ball game, waiting to see a run for the home team, at least one. 8 2/3 innings, a shutout ball by the South. Butler waiting. The payoff again. Fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul. That's a 5th straight foul ball by Butler. Boy, Butler doing everything he can to keep this game alive. Does Figueroa make a mistake? Does Butler go after a pitch out of the strike zone? We're about to see. Another 3-2. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. A strikeout finishes this ball game, and I guess that's the right way to end it. The South Division All-Stars score the first ever 1-0 shutout in Texas League All-Star history. The winning pitcher will be Juan Gutierrez. The loss, Juan Murillo. The save goes to Highland Figueroa, and the only RBI of this All-Star game off the bat of Josh Anderson, the center fielder of the Corpus Christi Hooks, who knocked in Kevin Melillo with a ground out. That is how the only run in the All-Star game scores this year. We'd like to thank both teams, every player, all 44 of them, the coaches from Corpus Christi, the coaches from the Arkansas Travelers, for giving up 3 days of days off, which are certainly well-deserved, coming here to Little Rock and putting on a fine show. The All-Star MVP this year is Josh Anderson of the Corpus Christi Hooks. And he was the only player who took part in last year's All-Star game and this year's All-Star game. So congratulations to Josh Anderson, owner of the only single RBI in the 2006 Texas League All-Star game and the winner of the Star of Stars Award. Again, the final score, the South 1, the North 0. We'll come back with the final totals and I guess a pretty short recap right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company, Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. Do you guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer. Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball. It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Exactly what you thought wouldn't happen at the Texas League All-Star Game is exactly what does happen today, as the South Division All-Stars shut out the North Division All-Stars. The final score, 1-0, each team managing only 4 base hits in the ballgame. Phil Elson with you here on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands? Here are the unofficial final totals. The South Division with 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error, stranding just 2. And the North Division, no runs, 4 hits, no errors, stranding 4. Winning pitcher is Juan Gutierrez. And the loss goes to Juan Murillo. Game saved by Highland Peguero. Game took just 2 hours, 41 minutes to play, with a delay of about 20 minutes for the All-Star Home Run Derby. So really, this game only took about 2 hours and 20 minutes to play. 4,088 paid to see it in the final season of baseball at Ray Winder Field, the 7th time the Texas League All-Star Game visits Little Rock, Arkansas. A recap of the ball game, and not much to recap. Corpus Christi's Josh Anderson started the game with an infield single, third base. Stole second, went to third on a wild pitch from Ubaldo Jimenez, but didn't score. Jimenez struck out 2 batters in the first inning, and they went through the second. 1-2-3. Juan Gutierrez was dominant. Corpus Christi hook starting pitcher, started for the South, faced 6 batters, faced them all, set them all down, striking out 2. The hardest hit ball was Brandon Wood's fly out to the center field warning track. The only run of the game came in the 3rd inning. Tulsa right-hander Juan Murillo relieved his teammate Ubaldo Jimenez, struck out Vladimir Valentin, but then Kevin Melillo with a high fly ball to left field. Billy Butler got turned around on it, and it fell over his head for a double, allowing Melillo to second base. And then maybe, perhaps, where the big mistake of this game was, on a pitch from Murillo that was dropped by Tupman at the plate, a pass ball allows Melillo to get to third base, and he scored when Anderson hit a hard ground ball off of Murillo's right ankle. It ricocheted to the first baseman Kashansky, who stepped on the bag for a 1-3 out. But on that play, Melillo scores from third base, so it really looks like that pass ball charged to Tupman leads to the only run of the game, because that run was unearned. And then the South really went to sleep offensively. They never got another man to second base, only had 2 base hits the rest of the way. Murillo giving up that run to the 3rd, then Josh Newman a scoreless 4th inning. Stu Pomerantz a perfect 5th. Sung Song got through the 6th inning, allowing 1 hit. Ryan Braun struck out the side in the 7th. Eighth inning was pitched by Mark Morrell, 1-2-3, and then Manuel Corpus got 3 outs in a row in the ninth. Meanwhile, the North Division had a chance in the third inning. Matt Tubman a leadoff double off of Matt Albers of Corpus Christi, but he never made it further than second base. Mitch Meyer flat out to the warning track. Tubman went halfway and held. Then Eric Rodland flat out to left field, and Troy Tulowitzki flied to right. Thomas Diamond came in for the fourth, striking out the side. 1-2-3 they went down. Then in the fifth inning, Travis Blackley entered, struck out the first 2 batters he faced before walking Matt Tubman and getting Mitch Meyer to pop out. So 2 innings of scoreless ball for Blackley. Gave way to Brad Ziegler. Ziegler allowed a deep fly to the track by Eric Rodland, but was caught at right field in front of the fence by Hunter Pence. Tulowitzki followed with a single to the left side, and Blackley tried to pick him off at first base, but threw it away. Tulowitzki advanced all the way to third on the errant pickoff throw, and a chance to score when Jordan Zarnicki chopped to third base with Vasily Spanos with a perfect throw to the plate. Tulowitzki was tagged out by J.R. House, and the North Division squad would not score in the sixth inning. Then in the seventh, they came close again. Billy Butler leading off against Ziegler with a high drive to right field, hit in the very top of the right field wall. Pence played it perfectly and threw a strike to second, keeping Butler to the single. And that certainly helped out because Joe Kashansky then chopped into a 6-3 double play, and Brandon Wood lined out to center field and in the seventh inning. Another chance to get ahead to score in the eighth against Paul Estrada. Chris Iannetta, a leadoff single. He'd be forced out on a fielder's choice where Mitch Meyer reached first. He then stole second and moved to third on a ground out, but Tulowitzki took a wicked slider for a called third strike, ending the eighth inning. Then of the ninth, Jason Espedo takes a leadoff walk from Highland Figueroa. An ill-advised attempt to try to get to second on a pitch in the dirt. He'd be thrown out by J.R. House, and then Figueroa strikes out Alex Gordon. And then Billy Butler strikes out after forcing Figueroa to throw 10 pitches, and that ended the ball game. The first ever 1-0 final score in Texas League All-Star history here in the final season of Ray Winder Field in 2006. That's your recap. We'll go through the scores from the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard next. We're about to have some fireworks for the moment. And so we'll get to that scoreboard ASAP on Air America Little Rock 1380 KZXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Fireworks show at Ray Winder Field as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate the home run of the All-Star game with a fireworks show here at the ballpark. Brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union and Comcast. And also Academy Sports and Outdoors, big sponsor today at the ballpark. Phil Elson with you. We'll get to the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard here. We've got a few finals coming through. The Yankees beat the Phillies today 9-7, overcoming 2 homers by Ryan Howard, who's now hit 25 on the season, taking over the Major League lead. Beam the winner for the Yankees, his first. Arthur Rhodes the loss, 0-2. The save goes to Mo Rivera, his 14th. Jason Giambi homered for the Yankees, reaching the 20 mark, and Jorge Posada hit his 10th home run. Another New York team picked up a win today. The Mets over the Cincinnati Reds, 9-2. 3 homers for the Mets, including pitcher Steve Trachsel, his first of the year. He also won his 5th game of the season. Carlos Delgado hit his 20th, and Xavier Nady hit his 10th. Losing pitcher was Ramirez, falling to 2-6. Detroit wins again, 10-1. Detroit beats the Milwaukee Brewers. Ivan Rodriguez hit his 6th home run, 2 long balls by Maglio Ordonez, and Chris Monroe hit his 11th. Miner, the winner, 3-1. Helling, the loss, 0-1. Final scores from American League ballpark. Florida beat Baltimore 6-2. The D-Train almost went the distance. He won his 4th of the season. Former Traveler Alfredo Amezaga hit his 2nd home run. Mark Trainer hit his 1st, and Edwin hit his 13th. Corey Patterson hit his 8th home run for the losing Orioles. That's the 9th straight victory for the Florida Marlins. The Boston Red Sox beat Washington 11-3. Tim Wakefield the winner, 5-8. Losing pitcher Levon Hernandez also 5-8. Coco Chris, the only home run, his 3rd. Arkansas's own Cliff Lee outduels Greg Maddux as the Indians beat the Cubs 4-2. Cliff Lee 6-5, Maddux 7-7. Bob Wickman came on for the save, his 10th. Aramis Ramirez a home run for the Cubs. Grady Sizemore a home run for the Indians. Tampa Bay Devil Rays beat Arizona 8-5 at Tropicana Juice Dome. Hendrickson the winner, 4-7. Batista the loss, 6-5. Rocco Baldelli hit his 2nd home run of the year. Eric Burns hit number 12. To the games in progress, the Chicago White Sox scored 11 runs against the Cardinals in the 3rd inning, and the White Sox are pacing St. Louis at the moment. 7th inning, Chicago 20, and the Cardinals 2. 2 home runs for Joe Creedy, who's now hit 12 on the season. A.J. Pierzynski and Juan Uribe also going deep. San Diego at the moment leading Texas 6-5. Bottom of the 9th inning, Mike Cameron and Adrian Gonzalez with home runs. The Pittsburgh Pirates took a 4-0 lead in the 1st at Kansas City, but the Royals strike back in his Kansas City 8th. The Pirates 5 at the top of the 8th inning. Craig Wilson a home run, his 10th. Games in National League Park, Atlanta trailing Toronto 6-5. There in the bottom of the 9th inning, Troy Gloss a homer, his 21st. Johnson a home run, his 4th. Andrew Jones at his 17th. They've gone to the bottom of the 10th at Houston with Minnesota leading 6-5. Michael Kadire and Justin Morneau have each hit home runs. Preston Wilson, Lance Berkman, and Chris Burke going deep for the Astros. At Coors Field in Colorado, the Rockies 6 and the A's nothing. A's been held to 1 base hit. J.D. Closer, former All-Star catcher for Tulsa, 2nd home run for the Rockies. Dodgers trailing the Mariners 4-2 top of the 3rd. Adrian Beltre a home run, his 7th. And at the moment, San Francisco leading the Angels 2-0 at the top of the 3rd inning. Former Traveler right-hander Matt Morris pitching today for the Giants. Those are the scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers, Southwest Airlines. Find them online at southwest.com. Coming up next, we will give you the final totals once again. We'll give you the last segment of our post-game report from the old ballpark in Central Arkansas. The Texas League All-Star game is complete. The South Division won it by a score of 1-0. And we'll come back for the final segment after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
As the fireworks continue to go off, and the smoke is coming in here to the press box. The awnings have been put down, and it's so weird. It's pretty tough to breathe and broadcast inside this booth, so this is the best time, I would think, to finish out the post-game report brought to you by Allstate Insurance. Phil Elson with you for the final segment of the Texas League All-Star broadcast. Give me the final totals. These ones official. The South, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. They stranded 2. For the North, no runs, 4 hits, no errors, stranding 4. Winning pitcher Juan Gutierrez, record of 1-0. And Juan Murillo takes the loss. The save goes to Highland Figueroa. Ball game took 2 hours, 31 minutes, about a 15-minute delay for the All-Star Home Run Derby. Cade Crowd at Ray Winder Field, 4,088. These teams today combined to strike out 21 hitters, 11 for the South Division All-Stars. North Division pitchers struck out 10 batters. I think we learned a lot about what the Texas League is very strong in this season. Yes, there are a lot of very talented hitters and position players, but there are some really good pitchers in the league this year. And these teams combined to go only 8 base hits in 18 innings, 9 trips for each team, and really nobody was able to make much solid contact. So the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game will be remembered for complete domination by the pitching staff. And it is the first ever Texas League All-Star Game which finishes in a 1-0 final score. Our BC Powder player of the game, the star of stars, the center fielder from the Corpus Christi Hooks, Josh Anderson, who knocked in the only run, also had a base hit and had a couple of nice catches in center field. Congratulations to Josh Anderson, who again was the only returning player from last year's Texas League All-Star Game, which the West won by a final score of 5-0. So it's been 2 years in a row that the East/North has not scored a run in the Texas League All-Star Game. Well, that'll pretty much do it for the broadcast. We'd like to thank Brad Hicks back at the studios at KDXE for making sure this one got on without any problems. To Arlen Horn, the general manager of KDXE, our flagship station here in Central Arkansas. To the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet. For everybody here at Ray Winder Field as well has been working so hard to get this event ready. And Pete Lavin, the Travelers' assistant general manager, has been busting his butt, along with, of course, Trav's executive vice president, general manager Bill Valentine, Patrick Crowley, to Jamie, a.k.a. Taco Bob, our on-field MC, who's been doing a wonderful job this year, to Nicole Amon back down in the office as well. It has been a very long couple of days here for the All-Star break, but it's been well worth it. We've appreciated the support from the fans, from the local media, and from national media that have come up here to cover the All-Star Game as well. It's been the perfect way to showcase Ray Winder Field in its final season. And so for all of us here at Ray Winder Field, I'd like to thank you once again for tuning in. We'll be back on the air for you Traveler fans that are going to tune in to our game at Corpus Christi on Thursday night to kick off the second half of the Texas League season. 7:05 first pitch. Airtime will be 6:45 with the ITT Tech pregame show right here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. So again, for all of us here at the old ballpark in Central Arkansas, and for the ballpark itself, Ray Winder Field was also a star of this ball game. Again, the final score, the South Division 1 and the North Division 0. Folks, don't forget, it is only a game. We hope you've enjoyed the Texas League All-Star broadcast. We'll be talking Traveler baseball once again on Thursday night.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Texas League All-Star Baseball.
Bush isn't the disease. Bush is a symptom.
Welcome to the cure.
Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.